everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob, and welcome to the brand new series, Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. I've got a incredible cast here for us to take the first steps through the Citadel. Welcome, Andrew, CJ, Randall, and Chris. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Amazing.
Can't complain.
I mean, I'm thinking about death because of what you said before, so...
Well, it's good to think about death, because here on Tabletop Bob, this is my Dungeons & Dragons live play channel, death is always on the table. And we want to make sure that everyone knows that, especially in these one-shots. If you played in any of my Candlekeep mysteries or any other one-shots here, I love killing characters, all right? Especially ones that you thought a lot about and wrote a backstory for. That's what I like to do.
I know I'm painting a target on my back, but I just want to say, no one died in any of my one-shots. No one stayed dead by the end of any of the one-shots.
Gotcha. Yeah, well...
No, yeah,
you know
not
what?
ones I run. That doesn't matter. I mean, Candlekeep, yeah.
There's a first for everything, Randall.
That's true.
We'll see. But before we get into this lovely little adventure for tonight, I have a couple things coming up on the channel. You want to see what's going on here, everybody?
Yes, please tell us. Feed us that good tabletop goodness that
Well,
Bob.
Chris, you know what's going on tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
What do we got,
Love
Chris?
it.
You want to introduce it?
No, you go ahead.
He's like, just in case, I'm not sure. It's the return of Keep on the Borderlands, of course.
Yay.
Episode 26. We are going to finally resolve what happened with the dreams in the last episode. It's happening tomorrow at 8:30 here on the channel. Usually we're on Thursdays, but in the summer we've kind of gone to Wednesday mode. So we're in Wednesday mode. We're going to stick with it tomorrow. We're going to get back to the Keep on the Borderlands. Very exciting because we had that little recap. I think a lot of people are caught up, ready to see what happens next in the journey. Then something else very exciting happening on the channel. I was asked and I said, absolutely. I'm going to be hosting the stream for the Dungeon Master Roundtable. This is a series that has been on quite a few other channels. Fred Wheeler from How to D&D, he reached out to me and said that he would love to have me come and join this conversation. And since I do stream all the time, we could have me host the stream. So I'll be with six other Dungeons and Dragons YouTubers. Fred Wheeler from How to D&D, Wally DM, Jordan from Flute Salute, Colby from D&D Deep Dive, D4 Deep Dive, Mr. Welch, and I might be forgetting someone, and if I forget, I do apologize. But I might be that. But how many did I say there? I just said 6. Oh well, there's 7 of us, and we will be having a wonderful conversation on the channel. Oh, and AJ Pickett. How could I forget AJ Pickett? It's the biggest channel of everybody. So so really exciting to have that hosted on my channel, and that's on Thursday night at 8:30 as well. So all the streams this week, 8:30. All right, so now that we got all the intros out of the way, let's introduce the cast. And I told you all we're going to do a little icebreaker activity because there's at least someone on this group that you haven't played with before. Whether it's, I think CJ, even you haven't played with Chris, right? Am I right?
That's correct. I've never played with Chris.
Okay, and so there's at least somebody here that everyone has not played with. So let's introduce both ourselves and our characters. And when it gets to you, I want you to tell me one thing that is on your bucket list, something you have to do before the end. All right? Does anybody want to volunteer? Anybody have an idea? CJ.
Well, okay, great. What am I doing? Am I introducing my character or am I introducing myself?
Both.
Hi, I'm CJ. I play on the channel a lot. I'm in everything. I also have my own channel, CJ Does, where I have 5 videos of me doing stuff. And on my bucket list, I have one of those little pails that you take to the beach. I have Home Depot, one of those big orange buckets. What other buckets are on my list?
Don't forget like a dump truck's
Oh, like
front.
yeah, like the front of
Front
a
loader.
like
Yeah.
a front loader. Like that's on my list. A backhoe, the Scoopy thing on the backhoe, that's on the bucket list.
A car with bucket seats.
Yep, that's on the bucket list. There's a lot of buckets on my bucket list. I just want to go and see all of the buckets.
Okay.
I want as many buckets crossed off my bucket list.
Just to be clear, you don't want to own these buckets. You want to go somewhere else
Yeah,
and see them.
yeah.
Just
It's
look at
just it's before the end. It's the thing
Before
I
the
gotta
end.
do before I die. I gotta see
them. Gotta
all
see
the buckets.
Gotta see all of the
Gotta
buckets.
see the buckets. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I gotta watch that for Charlie Bucket.
Okay.
You know, there's just that's
All right. And
It's-
who are you playing tonight?
hi. Yes. I will be playing K3-V1N, also known as Kevin, the Warforged Swarmkeeper Druid. He is a big metal creature. He is definitely not a sentient swarm of bees that has inhabited a set of plate mail. He is a single entity, one
course.
person. That's it.
Of course. And you played Kevin before, right?
I have played Kevin before. It was in the 15th level adventure in Candlekeep.
Nice.
I don't remember what it was. He was a 15th level.
It was that one with the fairy tale one.
Oh,
I
yes.
think
it
came out
didn't
of the
even
lake.
go to 15th level. I thought it was at 14th.
It went to 16th, but
Went to 16th.
Oh,
it
no,
wasn't
I thought
that
it was
either. I think it was like the level 7 or level 9. It was the one with the you fell into the storybook.
Okay. I don't know
Yes.
why I had him as he was at his level 15. Maybe I was
That's
going to
okay.
play
Maybe
him
you were
higher.
cheating.
I might have been planning on playing him at a higher level. But
right.
yes, and he speaks like this and has a little bit of a buzz about him.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear and see Kevin back on the channel.
He's very glad to be back.
Let's hop over to Andrew. Tell us what's on your bucket list, Andrew.
Hello, so I'm Andrew. I've been on the stream. I always wanted to steal a police car and drive around it with the sirens on and shout at the radio. Tell them all to go away.
Okay, so you wanna commit a felony? Is that what it is?
I don't know if it's a felony or a misdemeanor.
You want to
But
do
yes,
definitely a
something
felony.
illegal? Gotcha. Okay.
Is stealing a police car a felony?
Because how much
You gotta
fun would
Google
that be,
that.
driving around in a police car with a siren on?
And when you do eventually go to court for this crime, they're gonna pull up this video
You've now
and say
made
it was
premeditated.
premeditated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to wait till I'm like 88 or something.
Oh, okay. So life sentence won't mean as much.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, a blue Lowe's bucket.
There you go.
That's another one.
And who are you playing today, Andrew?
Today I is playing Dentley, half-orc fighter. He was gladiator for Drow, got hit on the head a lot, but he escaped with help from Xanth. And he took his
Xanth.
revenge on those spider-loving Drow.
Wow.
Now he doesn't ever want to be a slave again.
Good, as he shouldn't. And
Most people
Andrew,
don't.
am I correct? Dentley, you have not played before, but it is he is related to a character you've played on the channel before.
Yeah, he is Bentley's brother.
Gotcha. Bentley and Dentley.
Yeah.
Man, how deep does the Everard family go?
This is
This
the
Den-
half-orc version. This is like
Awesome.
when the orcs came, Janine fell in love. Janine
Awesome.
Ard.
Janine Hart. That's awesome. All right, thank you, Andrew. We can't wait to see Dentley in this adventure. We're gonna jump down to Randall. Randall, who you playing, and what's on your bucket list?
Hi, I am Randall. I am playing Gadron Goreheart, a bugbear barbarian, or a bugbarian, as many would call him. On my bucket list, I'm only thinking about it because I've been planning. I've been doing my own version of Don't Say. Well, you know who.
No, I don't.
But no, I don't want to take 78 psychic damage. I can't take it on this character.
Vecna.
You said it. I want to genuinely and not in a one shot cast a wish spell, which I feel like is just as likely as actually stealing a police car and driving around with the sirens on, because who the fuck gets that high of a level and gets to cast a wish spell in a campaign?
enough.
It just doesn't happen.
I've always wanted to do that as well.
Fair
I
enough.
did. It wasn't great. I just cast plane shift. It was not.
That's right. You did it in the
Well,
Don't
no,
Say
that was
Vecna.
in a one shot. That was in a one shot. I mean, like in like a non one shot. I mean, yeah, like
in a real
non
campaign.
one shot, and like like a campaign. Like have a character actually get to the point where they can cast wish and
Okay.
cast it. And it's
That's a
boring.
fair
But I mean,
goal.
it's I figured I have a D&D bucket list item. Yeah.
I like it. And you are playing? You said.
I already
Yes.
said
The
that.
Bugbarian. Yes, the Bugbarian. All right. That leaves us with Chris. Chris, what's on your bucket list?
So this is more of a short-term kind of bucket list for me, but it's pretty important. I want to blast myself back into 40K, and I'm going to try to get to Battle for Salvation as my return. It's in a couple of months.
Ooh,
and,
in October.
It kind of relaunched my YouTube, which has been dormant for years. So I kind of want to get back into the scene. I'm feeling the itch.
That's right.
I've always wanted
Jowla
to blast
balls.
myself too.
What's that?
I said I've always wanted to blast myself too.
There you go. And Chris, that's a very I love that goal because that means I could see you more if you start playing 40K more.
Yeah.
So-
I'll be at least at the events.
Yeah,
Local.
exactly.
Yeah.
And who are you playing?
So this character, Xanth, is a character that I originally created long ago, playing with our buddy Fritz, and we had a lot of fun. This current version of him, he escaped from some Underdark gladiatorial slavery market fun, and with Andrew's character, and I know he's kind of boring compared to all the character that everyone else brought to this little group, but he is what he is. He's a drow rogue, and but he's a combat rogue, as I said. He likes to take chances and get into fights, and rather than sneaking around like most rogues would do.
Gotcha. No, I don't think he's by any means going to be boring. Everyone needs that stealth assassin in the shadows,
That's what he is.
So perfect. And you played Xanth in our one-shot Lost Things.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a really lot of fun. I like that group.
Yeah. And this group is not going to be as good as that group, but they are going to be pretty good. I'm fairly certain of it.
Wow.
Right? Wouldn't you say, Kevin? Wouldn't you think we'd be good?
Oh yes, we will be very good. Well, this will be fun.
What was your class, Kevin?
I'm a ranger.
Swarm keeper.
Swarm keeper.
When you use your swarm, do you just open your mouth and
There's just constantly bees floating around me, so like I look like
and you've been following us?
Yeah, we don't really want to hang around with her. Who wants to hang around with bees?
at a safe distance.
Well, I'll say the group may not know each other all that well, but you're going somewhere where you're going to get to know each other very well. So let's dive in, shall we?
Let's begin.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to put some music on. As always with the music, I feel like I never know or hear it right. So if you think it's too loud, let me know. And people at home watching, if you think it's too loud, let me know. But we're going to start.
No
our
spooky
journey.
music. Spooky.
Yes, our journey into the Radiant Citadel deserves some spooky music. And as it is titled, The Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, I'm going to give you a bit of information about the Radiant Citadel, because maybe you and our viewers don't know exactly what it is. I can tell you until last Tuesday I really had just the vaguest idea. And now I still have a vague idea, but I'm going to tell you what it says here. The Radiant Citadel is a testament to a lost age of extraordinary magic and mythical beasts. The city rises from a gargantuan fossil, and every road and building has been carved from it. The Citadel is a place of beauty and wonder, with a vast array of vegetation and a multitude of sights and inhabitants. What's most striking is the centerpiece of the Citadel, the auroral diamond. As this entire existence, the Citadel, is located in the ethereal plane, it's not easy to get to. It is powered by the auroral diamond. It's a massive gemstone of unfathomable power. It gives the entire piece of land its life-giving magic. And you could see and sense it course through the entire city. The diamond is, as most scholars say, basically gives you the mood of the Citadel based on the color that it changes to. Different events can cause it to fluctuate. Some other hallmarks of the Radiant Citadel include its collaborative society and ecological beauty. There are plenty of local traditions and oral storytelling that preserve ancestral wisdom of many worlds. Because the people that created this Citadel, that settled here and made this magic, they're a mix of all sorts of civilizations from different planes of existence. They have come together and created this hub or nexus that connects all different planes to the Citadel. It is basically a interplanar train stop. All right, so that's kind of the basis of what the Radiant Citadel is: a way station, a nexus, a hub, whatever you like to call it, to go to other planes of existence. And because it's in the ethereal plane, it's possible for people to get here from different walks of life. You have to have the magic means to do it, but plenty of people can get here even at the lowest levels, like your level 3. You can have someone with magical means get you here. Now, in order to go from place to place, civilization to civilization, you use Concord Jewels. Concord Jewels are these drifting gemstones that kind of orbit the Citadel in the ethereal plane. They connect the city to its founding civilizations. Each jewel is roughly a building-sized vessel, capable of holding hundreds of people and tons of goods. Through the jewels, you can take though the jewels take a variety of shapes, their interiors are very similar. A cylindrical core holds containers for goods, including livestock, and surrounding the core is seating for passengers. And there are pilots called clavigers who pilot the jewels. And once you get into a jewel, it takes you to one of those, as I said, founding civilizations. Today, you find yourself in the Jasper Concord Jewel, which is taking you to the land of God's Breath. Do you have any questions for me? And I'm actually going to share some artwork with you so you can see what the Citadel looks like.
Ooh.
Okay, so I put up the Radiant Citadel here so you can see it's basically a large floating rock with a huge gemstone striking through the center. Let me make this a little bigger. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
A lot of information. Oh, this one's cool.
Yeah, and this is mostly noteworthy sites. Nothing like really is a spoiler for the adventure, so I'm just sharing with you the entire thing here. You don't have to read through this right now, but this is what it looks like. This is the Radiant Citadel.
I want to meet this crystal thingy.
And you said it's in the ethereal or the astral plane?
No, the ethereal plane.
Ethereal plane.
Yep. So you got here through various means. I don't know how your characters got here, but as I said, you came together, whether you knew each other like Xanth and Dentley, or you just wanted to creep everybody out like K3-1VN.
V1N.
Ah, dang it. Kevin. You've come together, and you formed a bit of a group here. Whether you came here for rest and relaxation, or you came here to seek adventure, or just experience all the various cultures, you're headed to the plane of God's Breath, because God's Breath has a unique festival going on. the Awakening Festival. I'm going to start reading some of the box text here that talks about our adventure here. But you're basically traveling to God's Breath because you want to go and see this festival, the Awakening Festival, and you land in the city of Promise. The annual Awakening Festival is underway, and the streets are alive with vibrant music, as the history of the land is recounted through song. Musicians play instruments of many kinds. Their performers meld together as passerbys join during the choruses, uniting the entire community in a single, collaborative celebration. I'll give you a little bit of information. I did give most of this information, I think, to you in text earlier today, but some of the people at home may not know anything about God's Breath because it's introduced in this book. God's Breath is basically a land known for its agriculture. All right, it's got a shared agricultural communities, and agriculture is really at the heart of its people. They also love to maintain their history using oral tradition. The people of God's Breath have skin tones ranging from medium brown of copper to near black of ebony, and most have tightly coiled dark brown hair. Non-humans and humans of other lands are seen here from time to time, but it's not the original inhabitants. Everyone that originated from God's Breath is human, or some variant. And just out of the game-wise, I believe that the intent was for God's Breath to kind of really resemble what I think is kind of like the Deep South here in the United States. And so you can imagine the climate and the temperature would be, warm all year round, and perfect soil for farming, or at least that's what you've heard. So, what would you like to do? You're here at the festival now. You've been perusing through the streets. Everyone in the community seems to be gathered here, and they are dancing, singing, music is being played, traditions are being passed down through story and song.
Definitely heard there was food here that was good. You want to eat?
Yes.
Kevin is looking for food, sweets, honeys, candies, pies, those kinds of things. Delicious flowers. Food.
Hey, would you stop talking about pie all day, please? Hey, how about we split the difference, get some mead? Do you like mead?
Mead is made with honey. I would love some mead.
Sure. All right. 2 meads, please.
3, I want mead.
3. 6 meads, please.
There's definitely a lot of food, a lot of mead, and the local cuisine is something that, yes, Dentley, you heard correctly, they're known for. As I said, they're agriculture, so there's plenty of stewed meats, vegetables, and all sorts of variety of drink. And you could definitely find mead and ale, as well as, I guess, the common tea as well. God's Breath is hot. You could tell it's very hot here. People wear vibrant, colorful clothes, and most people seem to be very happy despite the heat, which seems stifling probably to all of you. As the festival is continuing, you can hear people saying, "Oh, we're going to be singing the song of awakening. It's coming. It's soon. The end of the hour." So you can tell more people are congregating towards the center of the largest intersection in the town. That's where they're going to have a very large performance where they continue to tell, through song and dance, the history of their people. But you can definitely do that. And there's some other... You get food. There are people singing and playing music. There are people selling items at local stalls. You've got clothing dealers. You've got people making straw dolls. And in fact, that seems to be one of the more popular craft vendors. Would anybody like a doll?
No.
Is it Blinsky?
Is no Blinsky is no good.
Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
That's it. They are not Blinsky toys, but they do have a Strahd vibe to them. They are straw dolls that look like they are. Yeah, they're very similar to the people that they're being made for. They can almost match clothing and features.
They make them like it's like kind of like a street artist like painting
Exactly.
people.
Yep, a street vendor selling them. Yep.
I think that Gadran would be at like one of the like stalls that sells ale and kind of. All right, I know you got tankers, but can I get a cake? Just a cake. Come on. And then and as he's waiting, like kind of staring off and. That's amazing. And like just kind of wander off towards them. Could you do me?
Of course I can do you. Of course. We'll need more straw. More straw. The dark skinned man, he calls over to one of his assistants, says, "Bring over more straw. More straw."
Yeah, you use as much straw as you like. He'll like gesture over at the stall that he just ordered a cake. I'm over here whenever you get it. And just kind of take his massive glaive off and just kind of rest it down. Where do you want me?
You come over to the stall and the vendor starts to work his magic, starts to manipulate the straw, and looks at you a couple times, does that thing artists do where they like, put their thumb out to kind of measure, give some perspective, and then hands you this doll, which is much larger than the ones you've seen him give out before. But it has all your features. It's got the straw is like kind of fluffed out by the sideburns and matching your bugbearian appearance, and even the clothes you're wearing. He managed to have the right cloth materials dyed the right way so that it's you.
You really got the chin hair. Quite good. That's nice.
Details are my thing.
Give me that. I'm gonna grab it off him.
I am not gonna let it.
Give it here.
The fuck are you about? Come on.
I'm having it.
It's mine.
Give it here. I want it.
Get your own.
No.
Come on. He'll hold it. He'll hold it like 10 feet up because he's a bugbear. Come on. Hey, how about this? You can get it. You get to keep it. Huh?
Now, you're arguing over this doll.
I'm gonna pull his hand down.
You're gonna try.
Mhm.
I imagine Xanth is not fun at parties. So, Chris, what is Xanth doing during the festival?
Xanth is interested in how they make these dolls. He's kind of observing. He's never seen such a thing.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, I can throw some dice. Let's see here. He's wondering if there's any magic. Perception. As you guys know, I'm terribly... Well, you guys don't know how slow I am at this. Where is perception on this thing? Wait. I found it. Here it comes. Disadvantage.
We'll just take the first one.
Sunny? Is it sunny?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there sun here?
Yes, there's sun.
It's very sunny.
Yes, in God's breath. Yes, it's
well
very
out
sunny.
here.
Oh, I guess we're not actually in the ethereal plane anymore.
Correct. You've traveled to the plane. Yeah, exactly. You've traveled
I thought
to
we were
God's
still
breath.
in the ethereal plane, just not at the Radiant Citadel. Gotcha.
So I see a 14 on perception.
But do you have disadvantage? Does he have disadvantage for that?
Oh, right, because he's a drow.
He is a drow, and he does have sunlight sensitivity.
Oh, no.
Those drow.
You might have to give me a disadvantage here. Roll, see if it matters.
Roll again. Ooh, 3.
Oh,
And it's a 3. So it goes from
they
14
got
to
your
3.
parasol.
Get some sunglasses.
So Chris,
So Xanth announces that well, I don't see any magic here. Don't everybody thank me at once.
Thank you, Xanth. Come on, Pipsqueak. I know you can get it. Come
We're
on,
safe.
jump for it.
and Kevin, there's a flower dealer here, a flower cart.
Oh.
I assume that's attracted you.
Yes, that has definitely attracted me. He was very attracted to the sweet mead that was with Gadra. Godran? Gadron? Gadron. Yeah, he's over with Gadron, trying to get some of that honey mead. He's now kind of wandered off towards in the same direction because again there was hay in the area. So again, that's plants. That's Kevin's Kevin's jam. He's like, plants, greens, and he but he's trying to stick to these people that he's kind of just sort of been following. Not really. He's not with them in any sort of way. They know each other, but he's just kind of like following behind them, like, what are you guys doing? And he's like, oh, flowers. And he kind of wanders off to the flowers at this point.
Xanth is gonna wonder to himself if Kevin bleeds blood or honey.
We'll have to find out.
He'll linger a little too long staring at him.
Well, I
You
can
see Kevin. Kevin has one of those flagons of mead, but he's never actually put it to his lips. But there's just a bunch of bees in it.
Gross.
It is kind of gross when you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to drink. It's just all the bees are drinking. He's
Well, I
feeding
heard that
his
the
bees.
mead is all the bee's knees here in
it
God's
is.
Breath. So as you're enjoying the festival, you can see the crowd begins to gather in the center of that intersection. This whole festival kind of takes over the town, and they're beginning the Song of Awakening. You can hear the locals. There are other people from the Radiant Citadel that joined you, and so you're not the only outsiders coming to witness the festival. You hear some of the other locals explaining what this tradition really is. And some of you may have heard about it more than others. So I would like everybody to give me a history check and see if we can gain some information on what this festival is about.
0.
Oof.
17.
Dentley's like, what's this? What are we doing here?
Wow.
What's
we have,
history?
the
How would we know
barbarian has the best intelligence score. This is not good.
We're not a smart group, all right?
Not a smart
Street
group, but
smarts.
Kevin's very aware of this. What was going on here? He's into this whole agriculture thing.
Yes, he
God
is.
He's like,
Bentley was always the smart one.
let me tell you about. And while we're moving, I'm sure like this is what Kevin is kind of telling everyone in the party that doesn't want to hear this, because they're all like
Shut up, Kevin.
they clearly had no interest in learning the history the first time around. So now Kevin's just like telling them more and more about what's going on. They're probably just like, whatever,
Kevin.
But yes,
So here's what Kevin knows.
Yes.
Kevin's heard that the Song of Awakening details the major events in their history, and in order for an event to get into the song, it's got to be approved by their High Council here in God's Breath. There are certain people that are in charge of doing that, and some of those people would include the council's called the Covenant, and there are people who record these types of events and witness them, and they kind of go out and try to protect the land. They're called proclaimers.
Oh,
That's
I love
what you
them.
would know. What's that?
I love the Proclaimers.
Yeah,
That
there
one
you
song
go.
that they had.
Love that song.
It was-
How's it go again, CJ?
let me look it up. I'll tell you.
Give
We're
me
getting the stream
exactly
shut down.
2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So
This song.
that's what you have heard coming into this, and for the rest of you, you wouldn't know, but you might overhear a conversation saying about, and this event was when, our people were saved by the gods, the 5 gods. And they continue on and say that, and this was the earthquake that shook our lands, and continuing on. So you hear some of the like commentary on
Did they talk about the part
aspects
where
of the song.
Did they talk about the part where they would walk 500 miles and then they would walk 500 more?
They do. In fact, they've
Okay,
marched all along these lands,
You had to
hundreds and
look
hundreds
that
of
one up.
miles.
Just to be the man.
I
It
did.
has 3 lyrics.
I just couldn't connect it in my head.
Yeah, that does have a very sing-songy.
Yeah. It doesn't have a bridge. It's just a
Yeah.
chorus.
Yeah. Now that's very different than the song you're hearing right now, because the song you're hearing right now is more. I equate it to like the like the spirituals. It's got this like you can sense the tone in it that they've had quite a bit of anguish and pain in the history of the people of God's Breath, and it wasn't until the gods had kind of intervened that they were saved as a people. There were outsiders that came to God's Breath and tried to corrupt the society, and now they've been living free for quite some time, all thanks to divine intervention. And as part of the crowd begins another verse of the Awakening Song. 4 people wearing the garb of farm folk wander straight into their midst, wander straight into the street. Rather than singing, they stare blankly, and then they surge forward into the celebrants, raising rusty farm implements, looking to do harm. What do you all do?
What are they? Are they like people? Like
Yes,
humans?
there are people at the celebration, yep.
I just want to watch.
Hey, I think it's getting on over there. Zant!
I want...
And he like takes the doll and just kind of tucks it into the like kind of just only thing he's a bugbear, he doesn't wear clothes. Just tucks it into like the leather strap that's on his chest and grabs his glaive and starts running forward.
So it looks like a little baby Bjorn of yourself.
Yeah. It's like a kangaroo. Like my little Joey.
All right. So
I'll follow in behind him, but keeping some distance.
Yeah,
So
I'll
you-
go with. I'm step in step with Xanth.
Yep, it doesn't take more than a few seconds for the scene to take a turn, and the farmers raise up their scythes, their sickles, and they begin to strike. We're going to go into initiative here. Why don't you roll and call it out? I'm just going to write it down for this one. I don't think everybody's using D&D Beyond for this one, right?
12.
12, gotcha.
Evan Zant.
19 for good Godrin. Good job. I can't.
It's
You're gonna have to
alright, bees,
yeah.
you can call me Gorha.
Goreheart.
Well, you did
You're going to
run
have
in.
to remind us, yeah.
It's
So
the G is a hard
I do
sound
have
for
the-
bees.
I got Godron at 19. I've got Dentley at 12.
Aye.
Xanth at 7.
Hmm.
And Kevin at 6.
Yep.
All right. Let's see how we do here. Ooh. Godran. Godran.
John.
Godran. You're up first. Tell me what you want to do. You see these farmers about to strike.
All right. They are obviously about to strike unarmed people, correct?
Correct. They're performers, the ones that are singing the Awakening song in the center of the street. They're the ones who are being attacked, and the farmers are doing the attacking. I'm going to say everybody was on the side of the road, so you're less than 30 feet from the performance.
Okay.
How'd you know it ain't just part of the performance?
That's true. You don't.
I mean,
Especially you, because you have no idea about the history of this place.
Oh, okay.
well, I guess
Eating the food.
do the people that they are about to be struck by these blades look like they like I imagine when someone raises a blade, like people aren't just like they would
Well-
be reacting, right?
Remember, this is all happening so fast, right? They walked up and there wasn't really any sort of animosity,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden they're raising their farm tools, and you have to react. So what do you do?
Okay. I am going to run up and hey, let's sing it real nice. Let's knock it off, all right? And gonna go into a rage. Not a frenzy rage, but a normal rage. And I am going to actually I'm gonna like grab one and just lift him up, and like just kind of I'm gonna go for a grapple check instead of an attack.
Okay.
So,
You want me to do an athletics?
An athletics at advantage. That is a 22.
5.
Yeah, so I grab whichever one was like the first to swing,
Sure.
and I just grab them, and because I have my like massive like long bugbear arms, I'm just gonna grab them and like hold them above my head, or not like above my head. I'm gonna hold them like one armed, like kind of like just coil my arm all the way around him like a snake, and just kind of like curl him. And all right, you three, no, let's stop it. And he's holding his glaive in the other hand while having this person up here.
Gotcha. Yeah, these you get close enough now, and as I said, you're definitely well within a movement to them. The street is crowded with performers, but now that you're in the fray, people are starting to react. There are shouts, there are screams. You hear from both the performers and the onlookers, and you grab one of these farmers, and when you get close and you see their eyes are like glowing red. They do not look like they're in the right state of mind.
He's wrong with you.
I do have art, but I'm not gonna show it yet because the title is like obviously should not be the title of this artwork. So, like, I hate when Roll20 does that. It's like
Titles it The Bad Guys. You should definitely kill them.
player art handout, and then it's like the name of it is a spoiler. So, I'm not gonna give it to you yet.
That's fair.
But
That's Gadron's turn.
Okay, so you go and you grapple one of them, you threaten the others. Let's go to the farmers themselves. 2 of them are still going to continue on as they don't seem phased, but the one closest to you is going to attack you. And obviously the one grappled is going to attack you.
Sure.
So we've got 2 grapplers raising their farm tools. I've got a 6 and a 17.
17 is going to hit. 6 is going to miss. And also, obvious. If it wasn't obvious, sorry. I meant that I am pulling the one that I grabbed. I am pulling him away from any bystanders. I know he's attacking me, but the point was to pull him away from bystanders.
Yeah. So my idea is that the center of the street is where there's a lot of people, and then there's like a little gap to the edge of the street. So they're only in the center with the performers,
Sure.
and you kind of came up and you're preventing one of them from getting to the performers.
Sure.
But that one's going to stab you and do 4 slashing damage to you.
Which is reduced to 2.
There you go. And then the other 2 are going to attack performers. They were not close enough to you. You have reach, though, don't you?
I do.
I
have a lot of reach.
I will say that one of them, because they were probably kind of like walking together in a line, you could use your reach to attack one with an attack of opportunity before it goes.
If they're gonna ignore my warning and go after him, I'm gonna definitely attack. So I'm gonna reckless. Oh wait, can I reckless on if I didn't do it on my turn?
You can't reckless as a reaction.
Like I would only be able to reckless if I had already done it on my turn. Okay.
I believe so. We could double check, and if I'm wrong, you can always roll another.
Okay. All right. So I will take a swing. I don't need it. That's a 25. 5. Oh wait. Plus it's a 1 on the die. Plus 4. It's not adding my rage damage for some reason. So it's 7. 7 points slashing damage.
So it says when you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Does the grapple count as an attack?
I think it's that you could substitute an attack for a grapple.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually counts as.
I'll give it to you if you want to do it.
Sure. I'll roll again to see if I can get a crit. Nope.
Okay. So you hit for 11?
Yeah, I hit for no. I hit for. I did 7 damage because I rolled a 1 on the d10.
Okay, gotcha. You.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. No, you're good. You're good.
You wound this farmer badly. You can see the gash that your glaive left is. It would be near fatal to someone of, their stature here, but it still continues to move on and head towards towards the performers, and we're gonna have
Just a
attacks
question,
here.
Bobby.
Yeah.
My surprise attack feature as a bugbear, it says a creature that has not taken a turn yet. Would that mean like hasn't started a turn? Like if it's happening on their turn, how would you rule that?
I think it's before they get to their
Before they-
initiative.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Totally fine. I wasn't.
But we're
sure.
it's gonna miss. The farmer's gonna miss the performer. It's gonna swing and miss, and that last farmer that was free is gonna make one more attack and still misses, as most of these performers duck and dodge out of the way. We go to Dentley, and Xanth is on deck.
I ain't doing nothing. Just gonna see what's happening.
Do you want
I
to?
think it might be part of the show.
Oh, you hear screams. Ah! They're attacking!
Please, no, don't. This is clearly not part of the show. Ah, we're being attacked by people, and this is clearly something we do not want to happen to us.
We removed this part of the show 3 months ago. This is unscripted.
I'll wait.
Oh,
don't know.
I'm waiting. I don't know these people.
I feel like this
Fair
is
enough.
also scripted.
A woman.
No, it's all
wearing
a part of it.
a woman wearing a bright yellow dress, who's a performer, who was one of the prominent singers, who is under attack. She yells out to you, Randall, to go drawn,
There you go.
and says, and she says, she clearly, you can see she's recognizing what's going on, and she calls out to you and says, "Please don't hurt them. They're not acting themselves. I know these people. Do not kill them."
Ah,
They're trying to
I knew
kill
I
your
was right,
friends.
and you was wrong.
They're not acting right. And then
Yeah, I
we
know. They're trying to kill your friends.
go to Xanth.
Sorry, did you take the dodge action, or did you? Are
He
you
did
like,
nothing.
Yeah, the dodge action. Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
did. Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Does
you
nothing, but
make
stands.
sure you did nothing. You wanted to take your action on your turn. You weren't like waiting for something. Like you weren't gonna like hold an action that was gonna actually do something.
No, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Okay.
Full brunder.
All right, Xanth is gonna use cunning action to hide in the crowd and kind of sneak around. He's searching for whoever's pulling the strings on these things.
Gotcha. Give me a. You want to do the stealth check first as your cunning action, and then perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the stealth. Boop. Boom.
Xanth
27.
ducks into the crowd and basically vanishes. Even Andrew Dentley, excuse me, looks and is like, "See, it's all part of the show," and Xanth is gone.
And you want a perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really good at that.
Sarcasm or no?
Sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Roll the
A 6. Okay. So you scan the streets, the crowd, the performers. You don't see someone like, puppeteer, like casting a spell or anything like that. But you heard what was said. Your assumption is that there's somebody pulling strings. We'll see.
All right, so I'm just gonna use the rest of my action to kind of circle around behind, staying close, and keep looking.
Okay, so you stay within a movement and keep looking. We go to Kevin.
Kevin is
Kevin.
going to kind of sees Gorhart run up, and he sees these people being attacked. He pulls out his longbow, stays kind of where he is, pulls back, takes a shot at one of the people who is not one of the grappled people, but one that tried to attack one of the performers.
Are you using non-lethal damage? Are you aiming for like a non-vital area?
Technically, I can't because I'm making a range attack, and you can only do non-lethal attacks with
a melee
attacks.
weapon.
You can aim for a leg.
I can try, but yeah, he's gonna attack with.
Okay.
His
Give him an
longbow.
arrow to the knee.
That could be fatal.
He's gonna miss.
Their
It's an 11.
adventuring career.
That will miss. Yes.
Yeah. Damn, I really wanted to hit because it would have been something cool.
Mm.
All right.
All right.
That's pretty much it for me.
All right. Kevin fires from the crowd. Now it's chaos. The citizens are running amok. You've got other people in the crowd who are unsure of what to do, similar to Dentley, don't know if it's part of the show or not. But all the people who are from God's Breath seem to be in actual fear. We go to top of the order here. Godron.
I promise I did not choose a name purposely to fuck you up.
You're good.
I didn't expect this name to be so difficult.
You're good.
All right, so still grappling one, like kind of like holding him on my shoulder, like, all right, just go to sleep. All right, just take a nap. The one that is very badly wounded. I am. Well, I guess actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to one of the ones that attacked one of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make another grapple check and try to put him on my other arm.
You'd have to drop your weapon though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna try not to murder. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm gonna make a grapple check. So strength. That's an 18.
You win again.
All right, so I just kind of really not. Just kind of drop the glaive, grab him by like the scruff, and just and pull him back and pull both of them away. And then the one that I wounded, I am because I now do not have a two-handed weapon. I'm gonna, if you'll allow me to do it, I'm gonna try to make an unarmed attack by doing like basically swinging, like smacking him with one of the people I'm holding.
So you're trying to wield the farmer knife.
Yes. I figure.
Improvised weapon.
Yeah, and I figure a farmer counts as an improvised weapon.
Sure. I mean, I don't know that this is very.
Non-lethal?
You'll have disadvantage on this attack for sure.
Oh, I'm definitely doing reckless. So.
Okay, it's gonna be just a normal attack then.
All right, so disadvantage on the attack, so just a straight attack. I'm assuming just do an unarmed strike.
Yeah, it's also not gonna do much more than just 1 point plus your strength.
That's fine. I got decent strength. I'm going for the one that I already wounded really badly.
Non-lethally?
Non-lethally, yes.
Okay.
10.
You miss, unfortunately.
They're wearing armor? God damn.
It would have been nice to see a club somebody with another human.
I am going to try to position myself so that I am in the way of that one.
Yeah,
So
fair
that- so
enough.
that-
You
yeah.
can get in the way of the performers. You still have what, 15 feet of movement dragging the people?
Yeah.
So, yes, you
I
could probably
actually count
just
as
get in
one
the way.
size larger dragging and pulling, so I think I actually don't get a speed
okay.
reduction.
So then, yeah, you could get in the way. You can put yourself in the middle.
And he's gonna yell to the lady in the sundress. All right, if we can't kill him, tell us what to do with him, because I only got 2 arms.
The farmers are going to attack you. Does 15 hit you?
15 is my AC. Yeah.
So 5 slashing damage, and the others all swing at you and miss. They all have advantage on you, don't they?
They do all have advantage on me.
All right, so actually, one of them's going to crit.
Oh, fuck.
1, 2,
I hope
3,
that wasn't
4.
the guy that already hit me.
The guy that already hit you rolled a 21, so he's going to hit you anyway.
Okay.
You're going to take 4 slashing additional from another hit,
Okay.
and 5 slashing from the crit.
Okay.
So
right.
total, you've taken 8 and 5, so 13.
So I reduce each.
Yeah, so 2,
Each
2,
one
and
by
3, so
half.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the farmer's turn. We go to Dentley and then Xanth.
So all these farmers are surrounding Godrun. He's holding 2 and there's 2 attacking him.
Yep.
Don't worry, Pipsqueak, I got it. No need to get involved.
I'm just going to fold my arms like, what is he doing? He's always getting into fight. And I'm going to draw my axes, and if anyone comes within 5 feet of me, that is aggressive, I'm going to smash him with an axe.
Okay.
Always,
I have half of the people in my arms.
Xanth.
he's always ruining the shows.
So
You can never
Xanth is
go
gonna
to the
move
theater.
in and sneak attack one that's attacking him. That's my friend.
I can never take him to the opera.
He wouldn't give me his dolly, I wanted it. No, he's not
Okay,
getting
so
it.
I'm gonna hit him with both weapons. So the sneak attack will be, here's the first one, and I get advantage, right, on this?
You do, because your stealth check was super high.
All right, so this will be
And there's
So-
a friend next to him, too. You get sneak attack, but advantage on this one.
oh, that was the, here's the hit. 17.
That'll work. That'll hit. And is this non-lethal as well?
No, this is lethal.
Oh, okay.
That was 15.
Oh shit!
He's dead. Dead.
So then here's the offhand attack on one of the other guys.
Do you want to attack the wounded one that Randall had
Yeah.
already hit?
Yeah, I'm going for kill count here.
Okay.
Oh,
God.
Oh, that'll be a miss.
Yeah.
No, that's
he's gonna
advantage, right, on this one?
miss. Not on this attack. On the first attack.
Okay.
Although actually, that technically should be part of the advantage for the first one because you could have crit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
there you go.
So roll the third dice for your singular attack that does not have advantage. Okay,
16.
so 16. Roll your damage as well.
And with assassinate, this should be a critical, right?
That's only on surprise attacks.
Only on the surprise attack, like if you, yeah, and if you went first in initiative, I believe.
Oh yeah, if they're not, if they, yeah. Oh, that was
Right.
What was
I think it rolled sneak attack with it. Just roll it without sneak attack.
I'm just gonna roll then a.
Well, I think the 9 is the without sneak attack.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Because
Yeah,
it's
can't-
9 plus,
oh,
9
but-
plus 11.
But it can't be 9, right? Because you don't add.
you
Yeah,
don't
but
add
you
your
would-
dex
don't
to
add-
it, right?
So-
So it's just 6.
Oh,
The
'cause you don't have
first
2 weapon
attack,
fighting.
yeah. So this one was not. So here's the
So it'll be
D6.
6.
Just roll a d6.
No, it's
yeah.
it's still rolled. It just added dex to it, so we'll keep the 6.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, he had 2 hit points, so it's funny that you rolled a 2. So you killed the second farmer, one that was being held by. No,
Nice.
excuse me, not being held. One that was attacked previously by Godrin. So
All
the
right.
2 that are not being held by Godrin are dead. They're lying on the floor. Blood has been spilled.
Son, I thought we weren't killing him.
They were trying to kill you.
Well, everyone tries to kill me.
Not these two anymore.
All right, we go to Kevin.
All right. Kevin will.
Ruthless.
So there's 2 guys that Godrin
Are
is
both
holding.
grappled.
Both
Like,
grappled by
I
Godrin.
am
Yep.
doing curls with each of these farmers.
All right. I'm gonna. I have the longbow. I'll draw my sword. I'll draw my long sword at this point, and try and close distance. Or no, I have short swords. So I'll draw one of my short swords, close distance, and then look at one of the guys that Godrin is holding, and then just kind of hit him with the back of the
Pommel.
the pommel. That's it. And try and knock him out. Non-lethal damage. $17
Yep, and you knock him out.
for 11.
It's a lot of non-lethal. You
It's
sure
a
that's
lot of non-lethal damage. But
You hit him with the butt of the sword and knock that one unconscious. Randall, that one goes
Skull.
limp in Godrin's
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he definitely has brain damage.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lobotomized him.
Whoa, 11? That's crazy.
And Randall, if you would like to just subdue this
Really
one, you can,
Roll.
you
Yeah,
can do so.
Like after you just knock him out, and he just goes, I'll just kind of drop him, and it's all right. Well, sleepy time, and I'll just kind of to like sleeper hold the one that's still. Could I? I guess I'm not gonna try to do damage. Can I just use my attack to try to take his weapon out of his hand? Like try to like I'll
You can
break
try to
his wrist
disarm
if
him.
I have to.
I'll be honest with you. there's only one left. He might try to swing at you, but I'd say you could subdue him.
Okay.
All right. So you put the last one to sleep. You get him in a nice little chokehold, and the farmer, you can just sense his body go limp, and you let him go and place him gently on the floor, I assume.
Yeah. Just kind of like.
Yeah.
And it's all right. It's nap time. And lay him down.
Right. Yeah, that works. So that's the end of the combat here. You place the last farmer on the ground, and everyone in the crowd starts to calm just a bit and kind of congregate around the site that we see here.
Oh.
Thought I had to sneeze.
Exhausting.
All right. So the woman in yellow who approached you, or excuse me, who called out to you. I'm going to share the screen now. Show you the art. This is the scene as well that you had seen. So the woman in yellow who called out, she said, "These farmers are not acting normal. Something's off with them. They're good people. Don't kill them." She's mourning over the two that
Trust the
Xanth
drow.
has killed. Yeah.
I just want to point out the guy that's normally the villain, the giant hairy dude with big muscles, killed nobody. Also, the only person that took damage.
She looks up and she says, "Kato, Deland, what happened to you?" And she kind of stands up and looks to the group. And I guess she's not angry with Xanth. She looks and is sorrowful that this had to come to this. But you were able to prevent any of the performers from getting stabbed by these farmers, so I guess she owes you a bit of a debt here. And she looks up and says to you, "Thank you, brave adventurers. I don't know what to say. These are good people. I don't know what got into them." And one of the onlookers calls out, Aunt Deli, what's happening around here? A lot of people are scared." And Aunt Deli, she introduced herself. Her name is Delanor Godson. And she says, "But everyone calls me Aunt Deli. I can't thank you enough for subduing them. We'll have to figure out what's going on here, but this is so unlike them. These are all very peaceful people. I've known them for decades."
You knew him a while. They normally have the, blood red eyes.
No.
Is that something they normally have? No. Oh, all right. I thought
Not at all, and I'm very concerned. We've had our troubles here in God's Breath. Lord knows what all the blight going on right now, all our farmlands being dried up, but this is something else.
I'm sorry, did you say the farmlands are drying up? This is disturbing to me.
Yes,
farmlands are
strange
important.
beekeeper.
Sorry, what?
Yes, strange beekeeper, you're right.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, beekeeper. Yes, that's something you could call me.
We're having an awful time with our crops. You see, we're here in Promise. We live in the Ribbon. That's what we call this region. But there's also the area, we live close to the coast. But the further away you get, when you get to the Rattle, that's when the land just, it's not good anymore. It's been happening over the course of the last few years, but nobody can figure out why.
Has any
rattle
sort
like
of...
a snake.
Exactly.
What
It's got-
happens when you get there?
Well, it's been touched by the blight. We don't know, but crops aren't growing. Agriculture isn't good there right now.
Have there been any dragon sightings or hag sightings or what other creatures could be blighting a land?
What you know about dragons?
Sometimes dragons make the lands unfertile.
That's he like looks to Xanth. Is that true?
Do you know what that word even means?
I know what unfertile. Yeah. It's like if you know.
Can they be healed? Does anybody can anybody bring life back into these people?
They'll be fine in a few hours. They're
I
just
know
unconscious.
CPR.
Oh, do you mean the dead ones?
Yeah,
It's
she
been more
looks
than
over at the
6 minutes.
bodies.
It's been more than 6 seconds, unfortunately.
Are they like dead? Like
Let's get 'em-
how good of a job did Xanth do?
He did a
killing
great
them?
job. They're dead. They bled out.
Well, these two, they'll just kind of like smacks, like not smacks, but just kind of like taps the face, and they'll be all right. I'm sorry about like those two though.
Randall,
Hey,
when Godron looks down at the two he's referring at, you can see one of them has a piece of parchment gripped tight in its fists.
What does it say?
You open up the piece of parchment, and you can see a charcoal sketch. It depicts a child struggling to swim in dark water while being grasped at by hands beneath the surface.
You know them, Aunt Deli.
She looks at it, and her face goes from serious concern to shock, and she opens her eyes wide. Where did you get that?
I mean, you just saw me pull it out of that one's hand. I don't know. What's
No,
their
well, there's a
name?
lot going on. People are coming up to her, seeing if she's all right, and she's kind of coordinating, saying, get these people off the street. So she wasn't really looking at just you, but
What's this one's name?
that one's not dead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pointing at the one that he pulled the paper out of.
That's Ellis.
Ellis, yeah, got it from Ellis's hand.
Yeah, all these are farmers
okay.
from out in the Rattle. I mean, I know them all. I've known them for decades, but not to be murderers or even artists. And she looks at it a little closer, and she says, "Now I'm really concerned. My goddaughter."
Yeah, the murder was just that was the first step, but
No,
artistry that's
no,
really,
this is even
too
worse.
far.
My goddaughter Kiana lives out in the Rattle. It's about a half day's journey from here, and this is her drawing. I can be certain of that.
Is there a lot of water out there?
No, you see, Kiana, she draws regularly. It's a way that she copes with a trauma that she had as a child. She loves drawing, and I know her art style. This is clearly her work. When she was a kid, her and her friend Cully, well, there was an accident. Cully drowned in Candle Lace Lake.
Candle lace.
Candle Lace Lake.
Candles like yeah.
I actually
Lake.
just mispronounced it. It's Cradle Lace Lake.
I'm gonna say Candrus, so it doesn't matter to Godrin.
Since Cully's death, Kiana's used this art to get her through the sadness and the guilt that she carries to this day.
What guilt? What guilt?
Well, she was there. They went to an old, kids, they do stupid things. They went to a site of an incident many years ago. In fact, we were just singing about it in our Song of Awakening. There was many years ago, a family drowned, their farm overtaken by a sinkhole in the Rattle. It's sort of a sad story, but the entire family was killed. There, over the years, have been reports, people saying they feel like they've seen someone there, and anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a long time ago, but her and her friend Cully went to this Actually, I apologize. It's not in the rattle. It's here in near Promise. It's in the ribbon. But she went there, and yeah, Cully fell in, and she was paralyzed with fear. She couldn't do anything. She was afraid, and he went down. It was like quicksand, and he died. And she's been coping with that ever since she was a little girl.
Well, what's that got to do with these?
That's
Dead
her art.
people.
She's used art to cope with her sadness. And listen, I don't want to become a worried ward or anything, but I lived in this place a long time. God's Breath has seen its share of horrific tragedies. And Kiana, if she drew this, I'm worried for her. Listen, you're heroes, clearly. Can you? I'll go with you. I don't mind braving
Wow.
the lands myself, but would you accompany me and see if Kiana's all right?
Oh yeah, this party's kind of ruined right here.
Yeah, sure. I did just order a keg of ale. Could I bring that with me?
Yeah, you could take it with you.
You got
All
your
right,
dolly
all right.
too, Godrun.
Yeah, it's right here.
And then
Just
a lot of
kinda pats
other
the chest and like a couple pieces of hay, probably like fly out.
a bunch of other citizens start to come up and say, Aunt Deli, what do we do now? Where do we bring the bodies? And we have to some people are like, we have to document this. We have to put it into the songs. And a lot of people coming up to her and asking her of things. And she seems like she's somewhat of a local leader here. And then
Is it important?
as you're speaking, a broad-shouldered woman wearing a multicolored dress that complements her dark skin approaches boldly, sizing you up from beneath a stylish hat. She says, "Perhaps I could be of service. You see, nothing gets past Lady Dre. I hear you're the heroes who saved the festival. Come, I could take you. I have a carriage ready to go."
Do you know Lady Dre? It sounds like she's quite the lady.
Yeah, and Aunt Deli looks and they even embrace each other. Yes, Lady Dre she's a businesswoman here in God's Breath. Lady Dre, you'd be willing to go out into the rattle? Lady Dre looks up at all of you and says, "Yeah, I would be willing to take this group. I've got some business partners out in the rattle. I would like to check in on them anyway. I could bring you out there."
Oh, you're Lady Dre. Sorry, it sounded, you were talking about in the fourth person, and
Right.
I thought, no.
Lady Dre likes to talk about herself and
Sorry, I'm confused. Are you still Lady Dre?
Lady Dre she came up to you as you're speaking to Aunt Deli.
Right. I know.
And I have art for you. Would you like to see art?
Yay.
of Aunt
Yay,
Deli?
art.
Just making sure it doesn't say anything it shouldn't.
Lady Dre, the true villain of the story.
Well, they are not beyond something like that.
Are they D&D beyond something like that, though?
There you go.
Hey,
Oh,
not
that is a
sponsored.
stylish hat.
Oh, she.
Are those earrings or a part of her hair? Oh, they're
that?
little clips on her hair.
It looks like there are gold clips
Oh,
on her hair
and
as well
earrings.
as
Okay.
green. Yeah, like a.
There's clips on her
Emerald
hair
earrings.
and earrings. Just they drew them so that it looks like they're connected. That's
Is that,
really
yeah.
is that a stylish moon belt?
Is that a moon? Oh,
It
that is
is.
a little crescent moon. That's
It
cool.
is a crescent moon. Yeah.
Interesting.
Lady Dre has her carriage with 2 horses waiting for you, as if almost she was awaiting your acceptance. She knew you were going to accept.
This will
I
be
gotta
faster
go.
than walking.
Let's
Might be the
go.
way you walk.
This
Oh,
sounds
oh.
fun.
Let me get my keg. I'll be right back. And he just kind of
Yeah, you could load up the keg. You can load up the cart, get your things together. Lady Dre says to Aunt Deli, "You're needed here, Aunt Deli. The people need you. I'll check in on Kiana, and I'll make sure that these heroes find the way."
Yes, that seems best. You are needed here.
And then a third person comes up to you.
What?
Jeez.
What are they
And we're
selling?
popular.
You can see a human in scholar's garb approach. Give me a religion check, everybody.
Oh, that is my speciality.
I'm gonna not roll since I ran off to
20.
get my keg.
7.
So who got the 20?
Bentley.
Okay, Bentley.
Hey,
You know
Bentley.
very little about the the history of God's breath, but based on you can tell this is some sort of high-ranking religious official. A man walks up to you and says, "Tungsten Ward, proclaimer and acolyte of the truth of God's breath. A disciple of the covenant. I'm here to investigate what is going on. There's clearly something foul afoot, and I'm going to accompany you on the journey. Lady Dre, Aunt Deli," as if they know each other all, they kind of nod. You can see this person is a human. He's young, but the way that he speaks and carries himself it shows you that he's got plenty of experience, perhaps adventuring, and looks to you all and introduces himself. Proclaimer Tungsten Ward, at your service.
Is he
And you
kind of-
are?
Is he kind of posh?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you'll introduce yourself to him?
I'm Bentley.
Greetings, my name is K3-V1N. You may call me Kevin. Others do. Us,
Wonderful. Kevin,
me, I.
Dentley. You two?
I'm Xanth. Don't have a last name. Don't care.
Faster that way. I like it. Xanth and...
Gadron comes walking over, like holding the big keg. Oh, I am Gadron. Man, you're smart. All right.
I assume you won't be taking that whole keg with us.
Well,
Half of it is in his belly, so I mean, all of
Yeah.
it is coming.
yeah,
In some way or
whatever
other.
I don't drink, I'm taking with us.
I understand what it takes to survive here in the Rattle, and if you don't need it, don't take it.
We're taking
Well,
that
should
keg.
we be taking you then?
Yeah, we're taking that keg, Dunstan.
Not sure we need Bentley then.
Wow.
What are you even doing
Shade
here, Kevin?
everywhere.
You just follow us around.
I was here to see the festival and, you know, enjoy the flowers.
Well, let's go. We can bring Demead.
And what's your name, Mustard Socks?
Proclaimer Tungsten Ward, at your service. This is clearly something foul.
Like
I'm-
those socks.
A disciple of the
Yeah.
gods, and I will sort this matter out. In fact, I'm going to commandeer this wagon.
Wow.
What? Do you think you're all that? You
That's
think
not
you're
your
all
fucking
that?
wagon.
Yeah. We're
Wait,
going
you
in
say
this
you're
wagon.
descending of the gods. You're a god's your dad?
Disciple of the gods.
Oh,
Xanth hides.
what's the difference?
Listen, I don't really care if you believe. I care if you obey. Now, Lady Dre, ready your wagon. So you've got Lady Dre, who's offering the wagon, business lady. And you've got Tungsten Ward, proclaimer, making sure that there's no foul play here. And
But-
the four of you...
tongue hole. You're commandeering this wagon. What's that look like? Because we were already going with Lady Grey to the place that you're going to. So you haven't really changed anything, have you?
He says, it looks like this. And he hops up into the wagon. He opens the door and sits in the first seat. Onward.
Looks like a posh little fucker sitting on a wagon. That doesn't look like anything. I mean,
He's got
Lady
a right
Dre.
stick up his ass.
Lady Dre says,
Hey,
don't mind him. He's harmless. We'll be on
I know
shortly.
that. I could see his arms.
Come on now. We want to get some daylight out of this trip.
He's staying on the outside, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going on the inside then.
All
I'm
right.
going inside. I'll sit next to Dunstan.
Perfect. You can sit next to Tungsten.
I want to take
The,
a nap
How
while I'm
much
in
room is
here.
there on the outside? I would rather be on the outside. I think.
You could be on the outside with Lady Dre.
Okay.
You'll sit next to her up top. The two horses are going to carry the carriage. And the journey from Promise, because that's the town, the main town in God's Breath that where the festival was. The journey leads north through the ribbon and further away from the coast. You can see clustered farmhouses dot the dark red ground between the strands of scattered woods. Eventually, the road dwindles to a track. The stands of trees grow denser, and the farms far fewer. As you near the lands called the Rattle.
How long would you say the journey is?
It's about an 8-hour ride on the carriage.
Oh, I gotta sit. Does Dunstan talk?
Yeah, he'll speak if you have questions, or he often will talk a little bit about his position as a proclaimer.
But he has a lot of positions he likes.
You can see he's a calm, cool, yet calculating person. Everything he says is with a purpose, and every action has a goal behind it. He says, "One day I'll know more about the gods than the gods themselves." As he
That's a
takes out a
stupid
book,
sentence.
he takes a book out to study.
Is our furry friend still hurt?
I'm
You
pretty
are.
sure that he's finishing that entire keg and then taking a very long, several-hour nap
Yeah,
and gonna
could-
get a long rest.
you could long rest in the
Short rest.
carriage. If you were
Long rest or
walking,
short?
it'd be different, but
Is it a long rest or a short rest? How long are we?
We said 8 hours, so
8 hours.
Oh.
So this
Oh.
you could take a long rest while you're in the wagon.
just like asleep with the keg, like kind of cradling the keg
Yeah,
in one arm and then cradling the doll in the other, and
I'd imagine so.
very loud snore.
So as you're carrying on in the wagon, if you have any questions for Tungsten, you can. Does anybody have any questions? While you're thinking, though, give me a nature check as you are passing by many farmsteads.
Tungsten, do you have any honey?
Why, in fact, I do. He takes out a jar of honey from his knapsack.
That looks delicious. May I?
It is. He opens it up. He sticks his finger in and takes a big mouthful.
A bunch of bees swarm towards the honey.
Oh!
soon as
And he
he-
closes it up tightly. What is wrong with you?
You seem to have trapped some of my bees in your jar there. I need them.
He'll release one very carefully, just like opening the jar. It's a jar. The lid of the jar is a jar.
You do not want to make them upset. They will sting you.
Yes, I can see.
As
Call your beasts away.
a we do not call them. We act as one. I mean, sure. As a proclaimer, you call yourself. Are there not other proclaimers? Where are they?
Yes, there are proclaimers throughout the lands of God's breath. I just
Are
happened to
they-
be at the right place at the right time.
Most of them are 500 miles and 500 miles more away.
I would say the Covenant, yes, about 500 miles from.
Hmm. And you all just walk.
Yes, I walk quite often.
Randall's loving this.
You all failed your nature checks horribly, so it is what it
To be
is.
fair,
but
I was asleep. So
Lady Dre will talk to Kevin because you're next to her while she's driving. She looks out and says, "You're a man of the land, aren't you?
Yes, land.
Or a
not the
beekeeper
sky.
of the land? What? Something.
I'm
You're
neither
something.
of those things.
You're something of the land."
Yes, I am of nature.
A lot of people from the Radiant Citadel are interesting, to say the least. You're one of the most, I think, I've ever seen.
I thank you, I think.
Yeah, it's a compliment. It's a compliment. Look out at that land. Lady Dre points out with her hand, kind of motioning to the farmsteads. She says, "Look at this. No one can explain it. You can ask that proclaimer back there. He wouldn't be able to tell you why. But this region has been deteriorating for years. Not good for business, I can tell you that."
Oh, that is not good for business. No, when the lands are being corrupted. I do not like that. To see these kinds of things in nature, all the death and destruction.
Yeah.
It is terrible.
It's forcing people to leave their farmsteads that they've been on for generations. And
And how long? This has been going on for years, you say?
years. Yep. I mean, I think it's been going on for a decade, but at least a few years it's gotten worse.
Have
And
there been
she-
any sightings of hags or dragons or other creatures that might be corrupting the land? Liches.
You got to remember, friendly beekeeper, you're in God's breath. In God's breath, there are monsters of all sorts. We got giant crocodiles out on the coast. We've got creatures that burrow underground. We've got all these different sorts of things out here in the rattle. The rattle is getting worse.
Yes.
You know what a boulette is?
I pronounce it boulet.
Well, we've got a bunch of those here in the rattle.
It's French.
Got a bunch of What's French?
Boulet.
What's French? I don't know what that is. What is
Oh.
that?
It is somewhere in another land. It is a different land.
Gotcha. You Radiant Citadel people are really, really confusing. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know
We have-
what the Proclaimers are gonna do, what the Covenant's gonna do, but something's got to be done.
Well, perhaps we will uncover something like the dragon or the hag or the other creature that is corrupting your land while we are out here.
As you're traveling, the carriage comes to a stop. Lady Dre pulls up short. You hear growls and excited yipping resound from the field. This is about 6 or 7 hours into the journey. The source isn't clear, but you can see motion of tall crops. Something is moving swiftly through the fields parallel to the road.
Lady, what? The boulets you spoke of earlier, are they fast?
Well, sure they are, but I feel like we'd have sensed them. You could hear them coming, can't you?
Maybe. What else could be moving that quickly out here? Do you see that?
I don't know. She says, hold on. She stands up on her seat to get a better view. The Proclaimer opens the carriage door and says, "Why have we stopped? Lady Dre,
Yes, why?
continue. Onward."
Yes, please. Do not stop. Mush, mush, horses, mush.
Lady
Go,
Dre's
quickly.
like, hold on. And she starts to get up on top of the roof of the carriage. I think I can see it. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Can I climb up there, like just kind of like poking my head out the window of the carriage, like, oh, hey, Lady J, what are you doing up here?
Yeah, she looks out. She's like, oh, I see it now. There it is. Oh, it's headed this way. Oh, dear. And
What's
a
headed
few moments,
what way?
a few moments later, an old man stumbles out amid the crops and falls onto the road right adjacent to your cart. And then he looks up and he says, the coyotes! Run! What do you do?
Coyotes. I grab him and pull him into the cart.
Yeah. You pull him into the cart, and as soon as you do, you drag him through the threshold. 3 coyotes that are the size of the horses that you are riding on exit from the field, and they are growling, snarling, and yipping, searching for their lunch.
Maybe we start going now.
Let's go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
We outrun
So
them.
you should-
Go.
Lady Dre says, take the reins, beekeeper. Take the reins.
I reach for the reins. I am proficient with land vehicles.
Kevin, take the wheel.
Are you really, Kevin?
I am.
Get out of here.
From being a soldier, my soldier background gives me vehicle land
Oh my-
proficiency.
The
Are you a
odds of
soldier
you being in the front.
because you're a drone? Is it?
Yes.
Because he's a drone. All right. So everybody, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little chase skill challenge. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Here we go. All right, so Kevin takes the reins and yells "mush" or
Mush.
mush.
I do say mush. It's completely the wrong command, but he still does it because he's proficient with land vehicles. He's not proficient with horses.
There you go. Yeah. I'm gonna switch over our screen here. So here's what's gonna happen. As you've done skill challenges with me before, I think all of you have done a skill challenge. I'm gonna tell you what happens in that round. You tell me what skill you'd like to do. It could be an attack, could be a spell as well, but just try to avoid doing the same thing in the same round. I'd like to have unique options here, especially if somebody else just did something, you can't do something they've done. And depending how many successes you get compared to how many failures, will give you a different outcome. So, we're going to do it a little differently this time. We've done them different ways. We're going to do an order here, and we're just going to go in order of initiative. So who has the highest initiative score?
It'd be +3.
+2.
+2.
Sam.
Xanth, what's your
+3.
initiative? +3?
Ah.
So it's going to be, we'll roll off. CJ will be odds. I'll roll the dice. So Chris, Xanth is going to go first. Then Kevin. And Dentley and Godron. Dentley will be even. So Dentley, you're going last. So the order is Xanth, Kevin, Godron, and Dentley. All right. So the Proclaimer, he's probably the one still standing out of the carriage at this moment as you say mush. And so you do start to go, and the coyotes, the giant coyotes, start chasing you. And the Proclaimer grabs onto the open door, and he's like hanging on. You're dragging him as you're going. What do you do, Xanth? Cut him loose?
He's dead white.
He said, "Don't take anything you don't need."
Xanth will begrudgingly do an acrobatics check to kind of leap out and grab hold of the door and him at the same time and kind of swing back in to pull him back in.
Okay, go for it. Nice. You do succeed on the check. That's one success. I'm going to keep track of it here. We've got 1 success and 0 failures so far.
Your life, fool.
He looks up and he goes, "By the gods' breath, thank you." And he starts to kind of lunge up into the cabin.
Hey, that's the name of the town.
Yep. You got it. Kevin is up.
Kevin is going to try and steer the vehicle as best he can, continuing to. Actually, what is Lady? What's her
Lady Dre is on top of the wagon.
How is she doing on top of the wagon?
She's
as I mushed and
she's balancing.
Accelerated. Okay, so she's fine. She'll be fine. I'm gonna try and mush the horses.
Go for it.
I want to say dogs every time. I try and mush the horses
dogs.
again. Yeah, and try and steer the vehicle. What would be the?
I would say if you want to use your land vehicles, you could do that, or if you want to use an animal handling check, you could do that either.
So is it just a D20 plus proficiency, or do I get a?
I would say because steering is probably something with coordination, dexterity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so dexterity plus proficiency with land vehicles.
That's what I would think. Yep.
Great. So this plus 2 for proficiency. Right?
Oh, it's not an 11, or
it's a 13. It's not an 11. It's a 13.
Okay, so that is a success as well.
The proficiency.
That is a success as well.
13 to get us to move faster away from the coyotes as quickly as we can.
And I think you do. The horses are going full steam at this point. We go to
they're steam horses.
Go drum.
Steam.
The Claremont.
I'm going to kind of using my reach and long glaive. I am going to kind of, since I was already hanging out the window. Oh shit! All right, and I'm going to try to trip one of the coyotes to slow it down and make an athletics check to try to trip it.
Okay, go for it.
14.
There you go. So you try to strong arm this coyote, and you do. You push it back, and one of them you take the legs out from under it, and you can hear it whimpering as it goes and tucks and rolls onto the ground. The two are still pursuing them. We got another success. 3 successes, 0 failures. You're on fire so far. And that's the end of the first round. Andrew, you'll be going next after a complication. So think about what you might want to do. As you're going full speed ahead, Kevin, the ground here is not perfect. There are potholes abound, and the road it became more of a path rather than a true road. You hit a few potholes, and Lady Dre falls onto the seat, and she is now, she falls over the bucket seat. She falls over it.
Oh, that's on my bucket list.
Right. She falls over the bucket seat, grabs onto the what's it called? The running gear of the wagon, and holds onto it. And she's being like Indiana Jones, kind of dragged almost underneath the wagon wheel. So that's what's happening with Lady Dre. Andrew, it is your turn.
Well, Lady Dre just messed up what I was gonna do. I guess I'll do an athletics check and try and pull Lady Dre up, bend over and try and pull her up.
If we do something other than athletics right now, you actually can't get to her right now. You're in the carriage, and she's like in front of the running gear. She's like near the horses, so you're not close to her right now anyway.
Oh well, I'll just turn around, lean out the window, pull out a hand axe, and I'm gonna throw it at the nearest coyote.
Okay, you want to make an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Okay. There's a 17.
Very nice. You hit into one of the coyotes. It's still alive, obviously, but it does take it down a step, and the one is still clinging close to the wagon.
And as I do it, I'm gonna do a battle master thing. I'm gonna do a menacing attack, and I'm gonna scream at it when I throw it, and I'm gonna hit it right in the face. So it might be frightened. It might have to take a DC 13 Wisdom check to see if it's frightened.
Let me do that. What's the DC?
13.
It's gonna fail.
So it's frightened of me.
Wait a second. No, it might not fail. Hold on. I lied to you. I didn't use the roll 21. It's
They
gonna
have
pass.
Positive wisdom.
It's gonna pass.
Really?
Yep. It's got a positive wisdom.
Wow.
Or it's gonna take 15 damage.
Wow, that's really good. Okay, 15. I'll mark it just in case you end up fighting these creatures. We go to top of the order here. Xanth.
Does Xanth see her fall down?
Yeah, and I'd say you're
Dangling?
still swinging around the outside.
Xanth will continue his swing, flip around, and catch his feet into some kind of foothold in the upper part of the carriage to dangle upside down and try to save her.
Okay. Let's see. What could we do for this one? I don't want to do athletics again. Is there some other thing we could do here?
Sleight of hand? No, let's see. Actually, you know what? He's scratch that. He's going to. Well, he's going to do that move, but then kind of yell at her to be strong and to find the strength within herself to pull
There you
herself
go.
up, using intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Lady Grey.
You're stronger than this woman. Oof. A 9.
She goes, "Stop yelling at me!"
Yes,
I'm a-
why are you yelling at her? She just fell.
I'm gonna die if you don't get me out of here. We go to Kevin. Kevin, you're closest to her.
I am closest to her. All right, but this is a pothole-stricken road.
It really is.
It's so. Unfortunately, it's gonna take me. So I'm gonna cast Mage Hand because I apparently get Mage Hand as a Swarm Keeper, which is really basically the bees.
The bees,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just kind of
Forming a hand, yeah.
form a hand like in an old cartoon, and then they grab the reins to try and steady the horses or keep the horses steady.
Bees take the
And
lead.
Mm.
then that's an action to cast Mage Hand.
That would be your your magical ability, your spell casting ability would be your check.
Yeah. So
Go for it.
All right. Spells. Spell casting ability. Where is it?
It's probably for Ranger's wisdom, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
So
it's like a
wisdom and
+4.
proficiency.
So it's a D20 plus 4. $19.
Nice job, Kevin. You get Lady Dre back up into the seat, and your mage hand holding the reins, steadying it, keeping it going on the road as best as possible. You look back now, and the coyotes are starting to fall out of sight. They are getting tired of chasing your wagon and leave you. They leave you be. You succeeded. 5 successes and only 1 failure. Nice job, group.
I will, since I would have been next, I would just help Lady Grey up by
Yeah, you can help Lady Dre. Yeah, you get her up.
handing her my glaive and just kind of like lifting her up and placing her down.
Yeah.
Are you saying Lady Grey on purpose or?
Yeah, I
I
think
said Lady
Godron-
Dre.
Oh, okay. I keep
I
hearing
thought
Lady
I heard
Grey.
Gray too.
I'm
yeah.
hearing.
I heard Dre. I said Dre.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Lady Grey, and I keep thinking G.I. Joe.
So,
I'm saying Tungsten on purpose.
Dunstan.
Yeah, I'm saying tongue hole on purpose as well.
Tungsten says, "That was a close one, wasn't it?"
For you,
Yes. Thanks
thought
to
you
this
were a
one.
disciple of the gods.
And the gods saw fit to provide me with this savior. You, Drow. Xanth, I
I'll
should
bow.
say.
I'll do a little.
He
artful
introduced himself. Why are you calling him Drow? You know his name. He just
He
say
did.
your name.
He corrected himself. He said, "Xanth, thank you. Clearly, you were sent by the gods."
Saviors get rewards.
You will be rewarded. I'm certain of it.
In this
Oh,
life
by the
or the
gods.
next.
Yes. All
I
right.
can imagine quite a lot.
So the rattle. The rest of the journey is well, actually, excuse me. The old man. The old man who was in the carriage. You took him into the carriage. He really is the one who's extremely grateful. He's super sweaty because it's hot outside and he's running for his life. We'll say Lady Dre looks back into the cabin and says, "Uncle Polder, what are you doing here out in the in the fields?" And the old man, stocky build, easy smile. You see him stand up. He's got a bit of a you can see his leg is not as useful as it used to be, and he kind of puts more weight on his right leg than his left. He speaks with a bit of a drawl, and he says to you all, "Well, I do thank you all for coming to my rescue. Lady Dre, it's been quite some time, too long." What does the group say to Uncle Polder?
Oh, I was reading Lady Dre.
As Lady Dre said, what were you doing out in the fields with those giant coyotes?
It's gotten bad here in the rattle. It's gotten real bad. I was out in my fields working on my farm, and those creatures just came out of nowhere.
It's quite late to be working your farm, is it not?
The day's never done for a farmer here in the rattle. I can tell you that.
Well, we're going 2 hours that way, so you want to get out here?
I don't want to get out anywhere. I'll stick with you for just a little bit. Take me a little
know,
further down the road.
We drop you off on the way home.
Yeah, my farm's not too far from here. He kind of can navigate you the side roads to get back to it. He's mostly just ran maybe like, half a mile in total from these coyotes. And he says, I sensed them coming, and then I took off. I tried to hide, but they kept finding me, and thank goodness I stumbled down to the road when you came by. My leg was about to give up.
It is quite lucky that we were here when you found us.
You sensed them coming?
Yeah, I heard the yipping.
Oh, you heard it. All right.
Yeah, that's a sense of mine called hearing.
How did you farm around here with all these monsters?
I tell you, it's not easy. Not easy at all. But we people in the rattle, we try to stick together. Just try to make sure we keep tabs on each other.
Is there anyone you haven't heard from in a very long time that we should probably check on our way?
Now, everybody in my pack's pretty close knit. We know what's going on. But where are you all headed?
Gonna check on Kiana.
Oh, Kiana, isn't that
Aunt Dolly's relative.
Aunt Ellie? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Aunt Ellie. Yeah, I've met Kiana. She works on another pact, not too far from mine, maybe a mile apart. We don't interact very often. You stick kind of close to your pact.
Well, we're going there now. You can interact right now.
Oh no, I don't need to go that far. You drop me off. Right, take a left right here, beekeeper.
Oh yes. Let's go. And are you sure we could take you with us to Kiana?
Oh no, I don't need to go to all that.
I look
that
at
way.
What skill do we need to be able to tell if there's lying going on? Deception or
Insight.
insight?
Insight.
I look
Insight.
at Lady Dre and say, "Will going left up here take us too far out of the way?"
It'll be a small detour. It's not a problem. We could drop the old man off by his home.
All right, so I try to steer to the right, steer to the left, and I say, "Would you also like the reins back?"
Sure, she'll take the reins back from you. Uncle Polder, he says, it's strange you brought up Kiana. I don't really interact with her and her pact all that much, but a few weeks ago, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she came out to my farm, and one is looking for trade for tools. She seems to really like life in the rattle, being someone from Promise.
What do you
kinds
mean?
of
She likes life in the rattle.
Yeah, she said things were going good. I mean, her little farm. She's only been there a couple years. It's improving, I think, despite the blight. But she seemed rather happy. She's embracing life out here.
Oh,
She
nice.
spoke how happy she was that someone was coming out to live with her, a friend of hers.
What kind
Well-
of tools was she looking for?
She was looking for, some farm tools, looking to borrow and trade.
Interesting. Some people in town were attacked by people wielding farm tools.
Interesting. You don't say. Today, during the festival? I'd have gotten
Yes,
out there
during
if
the
I could have, but my too much work going on.
Suspicious.
Yeah, she said, what was that? Said a young fella named Cully. Yeah, coming to join her soon.
We hear Cully?
I thought Cully was dead.
I saw him bright as day.
When? I thought
Couple
he
weeks ago.
died.
Sorry, I saw her bright as day. She was very happy about it. Didn't mention that he's dead or anything.
But you all know that
Aunt
Cully
Deli
is
just
dead.
said that. Aunt Deli just said that it was Cully, right? That was the one
Aunt-
she was talking about.
Yeah, Lady Dre looks over and says, Aunt Deli did mention something about Cully. He died as a child, is that right?
That's
I
what we
think
were led
so.
to believe.
Interesting. He says, she spoke about him as if he was a close and current friend. I tell you what, that's real concerning.
Yeah.
This concerns me greatly.
Yeah, I hope that you do find everything all right with her. She didn't seem off at all. In fact, very happy.
It is quite strange for someone from the city to be so excited.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
here.
my farmstead, and you get out and you can see the small little farm. And, it was as said about a half a mile away from the site where the hyenas, the coyotes attacked. I mean, you're more than welcome to rest here at my house if you'd like, but I don't have much. I could whip up some sweet tea.
No, I think we must continue on. Is that
Yeah.
You want,
All right.
want no tea?
we
All right,
are-
well,
we
listen,
are in
I-
quite a bit of a rush to get to Kiana.
Well, yeah, I don't want to hold you up no more. I mean, you get on with it. Get on with your business. You ever need something, you come out. Uncle Polder will help you out.
That sounds fantastic.
See ya, Uncle.
However, speaking of that sweet tea, do you have just some sugar by any chance?
Sugar
Maybe
water?
You could just just sugar water would be great.
You're like
No need for tea.
the
Just the
villain
sugar.
in Men in Black.
Yeah, you're Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And Men in Black.
Just a pile of sugar would be fine.
Doesn't have
sugar
sugar
water.
May I just borrow a cup of sugar?
He'll give you whatever he's got that's like that. I mean, I don't know if he's got sugar water around, but he might have honey.
Ah, fantastic.
My chair's not cooperating right now.
I don't think bees eat honey.
No, but I mean, it's close enough.
I think they
Don't bees make honey?
Yeah, it'd be like eating something that you create.
Yeah.
Out of your body.
I'm pretty sure bees make honey.
Actually, I mean,
Why do they make it?
people. What's
the
that?
larvae eat it.
Why
You
would
are
they
what
make
you-
it if not to eat it?
I don't know.
Chat, help us
bar-
out. Do bees eat honey? Chat, help us out. All right,
Like,
we need
It's
to.
it's like saying like, oh, you make cakes. Like you don't eat them.
No.
Bees
never.
make honey. It's the storage. It's their food for the winter and whatever.
Oh, so there you go. They do eat honey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
It's way more
energy
normal than we
storage
thought.
device.
There you go. Thank you, TJ, in the chat. Bees make honey to eat in the winter. There you go. All right. So everybody, I need another nature check.
Let's see if we can get higher than an 8 this time.
That was bad.
16.
14.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
Natural 20 for a 19.
Critical 19.
All right, so those are some good rolls. I'll tell you what happens. The open fields have all but vanished behind the sparse woods at the far edge of the rattle. The air smells stagnant and carries the taste of metal. Through the trees, multiple small farmhouses hunch amid a patch of green fields. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake, causing the road ahead to ripple. But just as quickly as it started, the shaking fades away. Now, all of you succeeded on this nature check. The tremor wasn't an earthquake, you're certain of that. And probably Kevin immediately thinks of a boule. But no, this was something different. Like, it felt like something underground, maybe like collapsing. You felt like something like almost implode underneath the surface. You don't know exactly where the source of this is from, but it's somewhere close, somewhere within the vicinity of this next pact of farmhouses.
Are we
Another
coming
10
up to Kiana's house?
Yes, exactly. Another 10 minutes of travel, and another tremor shakes the ground. This time, you can see the tremor opens up a 10-foot deep sinkhole right beneath your wagon, and then the horses, luckily, had just cleared it, but the first wagon wheels get stuck, and you come to a halt with a thud. Most of you, if you're in the wagon, you fall over onto the ground. I would say Kevin and Lady Dre, since you probably saw the ground beginning to open, you kind of brace yourselves, but you're also jarred to a halt. What do you do?
Get out.
It seems we are stuck.
I think Gadron like fell across the wagon or across the
Oh, you know what?
carriage.
I apologize to interrupt you, Randall. I do need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Do I have advantage on those when I'm not raging as well?
You did.
21.
As long as it's something you saw.
It's always, right? Oh, I guess... I'd say I probably didn't see this. Oh, still... Why did that roll Constitution? So it's 3 less, so 19.
Okay, so Chris, it looks like you're going to take 3 bludgeoning damage, as you're the only one who could not really brace themselves.
Xanth just shakes his head.
The dexterous rogue.
Yeah.
I think Chris probably takes that damage from Gadron, like kind of flailing around and accidentally letting go of the keg.
The keg hits
Yeah,
the
Xanth
keg.
in the face.
He was fine until the keg came into play.
Yeah.
Dunstan, you was right about the keg.
Yep. Shouldn't have brought that with us. Tungsten says.
You're right. I shouldn't have brought the keg. It was the ale that was the important part.
Now, you are stuck in this sinkhole that opened up here. And I think you said you're going to get out, right? Most of you are going to get out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you get out. And you can see the dirt at the bottom of the wagon. It does look a bit different. More reddish, more like red clay dirt. And it looks like there's some pieces of flesh littering the ground. After a inspection, you can see that there's fingers. Look like they're lopped off. Palms. And some more full hands, maybe split down the middle. But there are about 3 or 4 hands worth of flesh here in the sinkhole.
And what does it look like in the sinkhole? Just like a big hole.
It's a big hole, 10 feet deep, and the wagon is kind of like bridging across it.
And what's at the bottom of the hole?
It's hard to tell. It's dark, even with dark vision, still hard to see because of you're mostly seeing in black and white. But it's like soft earth that looks like it's been disturbed, and opened up a big sinkhole. So it's just a big void of earth.
10 feet deep or 10 feet wide?
Both. About 10 feet wide and 10 feet deep.
Can we maneuver the coach to get it over the hole?
It would take some time and some effort, but it's possible.
Can I poke the hands?
Yeah. You want to bite the hand that feeds?
I want to poke them with either my short sword or just an arrow.
Yeah.
Make
It
sure
looks
that
like
they
they
don't-
are destroyed
move.
flesh. Yeah.
I want them to move. I don't want them to.
Oh no, they're in bits and pieces. It looks like whatever was buried here has just been, splayed out.
But
I'm gonna
and
ask.
it is just hands.
Right. You can stab them, and they're just pieces of flesh.
I'm gonna ask Tungsten. Tungsten, what's with these hands?
I don't know, but it's rather concerning, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's not reassuring.
Didn't any of you speak of hands before?
No.
Lady, not lady. Auntie,
Delhi.
Delhi. Yeah. She was saying that. Well, here it is, and takes out the drawing that has the picture of the hands grabbing at Cully.
Yes, that's right. That's what I heard. This is clearly a sign. We're on the right track. We must press forward.
Shall we leave
Lady
the
Dre.
coach, or shall we walk?
Lady Dre, how far away are we?
Those are the same option.
She looks up and says, "Oh, we're close. Kiana lives just about 10 more minutes down the road here."
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, we should probably still take this with us, because I mean, if we just leave it like this, the horses are going to be coyote lunch.
Yeah, let's spend some time getting out of this hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Pipsqueak, help me.
All right, we're gonna do this.
You'll no need to make a check here. You spend the next 10 minutes or so trying to figure out the best way to lift the wagon, different angles, and using implements, pieces of wood or something to kind of leverage against the hole, and you manage to do it. When you get the wagon out off the ground, though, it is clearly damaged. Will need repairs.
Can it function at all?
No, like you snapped like axle or something, and it's not gonna function. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah, let's unhook the horses and go and see if we can get out Kiana's place.
Lady Dre will agree with that. Yeah, perhaps we can borrow some tools and fix it once we get there.
Yeah.
Right. Onward then,
Alright.
Tungsten shouts.
I'll
Okay.
lead one of the horses.
So the farming community that you see that Kiana's a part of, it's not just one farm, right? These are basically packs. They're basically cooperative adjacent farms. So as you reach closer to her pact, you can see 7 farmhouses, each of them about 1/8 of a mile apart. And when you're walking, you can see fields overgrown, plants rotting, crows flit between perches on the fences, but there are no signs of people. And nearly all the houses that you've seen so far have a sloppily painted, large, muddy red X over them. I have artwork to show you. What do you say?
How many houses?
7 of them.
7 of them. They all have the X?
They have a muddy red X over them. Yep.
All 7 houses.
Here you go. Putting it up on Roll20. I'll switch over. Or make it larger, excuse me.
Oh, that don't look good.
Workers have.
I thought everyone was happy here.
Yeah.
I thought Kiana was real happy to be out in this dump.
Wait, we found
there were 4 people back in Promise, and then we just found 3 sets of hands. I'm no mathematician, but that's 7, right?
So there's just these houses here.
This is an example of a house in this pact.
And how many is there?
There are 8 in total.
And they all look like this.
Oh,
Yep.
so there's 8 total.
There's
Well,
8 in total.
Let's go in the closest one.
Kiana's is the last
Only
one
one
in the
without the
pact.
X.
Oh, let's go straight to Kiana's. Let's go
That's
straight
the
to
only
Kiana's, my
Okay.
friends.
You don't want to go
Yep.
into this house? Or the ones that you're passing by?
Well, let's just check it. I mean, if it maybe there's someone that's I don't know.
All right.
These houses are small. You pass through the doorway and you can see its features are utilitarian. There are a few rooms for sleeping, a small kitchen. There are no creatures within, and there's a little bit of accumulation of dust. No one's disturbed these rooms for quite some time. The farmhouse bears a sign. Every farmhouse bears a sign that something is clearly wrong. In this farmhouse that you went into specifically, you also see that there are pieces of clothing and belongings strewn everywhere, all covered in crimson mud. And the windows are shattered, and shards of glass are spattered with dried blood.
But Kiana just saw Uncle Polder just the other day.
He said about a week ago, or a week or two
Just
ago.
a week ago.
Yeah.
This dust could not come in 1 week.
And what does
Well,
the
I
X
wonder-
mean? Says the proclaimer.
Yeah, what does it mean, Proclaimer?
Whose house is this?
I don't
You
know.
Or is it any of the people that were at the square?
Andre says it could have been Ellis's. I don't quite recall.
But they all lives here, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, many people live here in the Rattle. It's not uncommon for them
Well, no,
to
I
be
mean
in...
this little
Pack.
keep going pack.
Yep,
Packs,
they lived out here in
like a dog?
Yep, they lived out here in the Rattle in a pact.
Oh, packed. Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
pacts.
let's carry on to Kiana's house, I think. I really want to go there right now.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy.
As you go by, you can see they're all the houses are basically in this state. There are maybe some minor differences in the architecture, but they're all small homes and they look like they've been through hell. Kiana, you get to the largest of the 8 farmhouses. It appears to be abandoned like the smaller ones around it, but no X marks it. Farming implements lie abandoned in the mud, and wild plants have grown up into the house's faded wooden porch. The crops in the surrounding fields appear sickly. I'm going to switch us to a map.
Well, this doesn't make any sense. She was just a week ago.
Just a week ago that she went to Uncle
Yeah,
Polder.
she was doing well.
Right. She was doing well. Nothing could go wrong.
Yeah, nothing ever happens in a week.
No, these plants can't grow in a week.
Well, I mean, when you're in the gladiator pits, when you're doing well, means someone else is doing shit.
Whoa,
I don't know if
Deadly.
that's
Oh,
right.
man.
Dentley is big.
Don't
You're
mind.
probably going to be big too.
I'm big 'un.
I'll put you all in the order here. Whoa.
He's huge.
The big ugly bugbear there.
That's what she said.
I like that you brought me down to large first. He is close to it.
Stay behind the bugbear.
I'll just kind of hold my glaive in one hand.
I'm gonna shout out, Kiana.
All right, so I've got Lady Dre and Tungsten's token there. And I've got everyone else's token there, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Lady Dre and the tungsten. Is it perhaps best if you stay behind?
Lead from the back? Is that
Yes,
what you're
well-
asking?
Yes, lead from behind. Yes, yes.
But I thought Tungsten was blessed of the gods. He
Yes,
should
I
come with
believe
us.
I should be the one entering first to protect you all.
If Derlin was here.
you know that you have to break your neck to look at the two of us, right? I mean,
It's up to you. I'll
you're little, is what I'm saying. You're little. You're very little.
yes, perhaps Lady Dre and I will look at the outside first.
Yes.
Yeah. Check the paint and the windows.
Check the fields.
Yeah,
no,
they'll
one's
look.
no one's been here, guys. I'm going to go up here.
Take care of the horses.
I'm going to shout out, Kiana, Kiana.
No response.
I'll knock on the door. Actually, I'll knock on the door from 5 feet away because I have.
Before you do, I'll give you a couple of bits of information. You step onto the porch. Large wooden porch wraps around the front from one side of the farmhouse to the other. Its planks creak ominously when stepped on. There are closed curtains that shroud the windows. The doors to the interior the door to the interior is unlocked and ajar.
You said it's a door.
Ha!
Can I like promenade around the deck
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like-
Makes
like
that
before I
creaking
go
sound.
in?
I'd like to
You see another
follow,
entrance.
Around. I'd like to follow. Very
I'm gonna
closely.
just use my glaive.
Oh,
to
I
just
see.
kinda-
There's another entrance to the deck, and there's
push
another
the-
entrance to the house. There's a door over here.
There's a door over here.
Well,
Is this a window?
That is, but it's covered with a curtain.
Xanth just
Is it-
kind of leaning back against like the railing here, watching all these idiots just run around this house, shaking his head.
Just leaning there, like just acting too cool to be doing this.
I'm just gonna like use my glaive to just kind of push the door open, just kind of give it like a little clink, and just push the door open.
Sure. You push the door
Hello?
open.
He needs the best vantage point.
Anyone home?
All of this going on.
the south door.
Yeah, this happened.
The door's open, and inside you can see the hallways of this house. It's small, narrow, but there are doors leading to the left and right from both of the entrances, so we can explore this separately or just move your characters or tokens to where you'd like to go. You hear
I'm
the
gonna-
proclaimer out in the yard saying, "These crops are dying from some sort of malady. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to document all that I can. Call us if you need anything."
Doesn't everyone? I thought the land was blighted. Everyone talks about it.
Yes, but these are crops that they have been growing.
So it's
They're clearly
extra
sick.
blighted.
All right, Godrun. It seems we're both in the house now.
Yeah,
Which door shall we go in? Let's explore.
I'm just gonna push the door to my right open.
We should each pick a door and open it individually.
You want to do that?
Split up.
No, no.
CJ, you're
All of
opening that
us.
door right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna open this door next.
Anybody else want to open a door?
I'm gonna go in with Godrun.
All right, so here's what you see. CJ, we'll start with you. The furniture in this living room is haphazardly arranged and looks close to falling apart. Beneath the floor is covered in hundreds of handprints, painted using crimson mud.
It's not weird at all.
Hundreds
mud.
of handprints.
Hundreds. Just like they tried to paint the floor without a
Just-
paintbrush.
yeah.
And they just tried to hand do it.
It's like
Stipple.
what little kids do to do a
Like
turkey,
hand-
you know?
Yeah, they were painting the floor with mud by hand, not a paintbrush. Trying
Correct.
to cover it.
It's handmade.
Cool.
I
Cool.
remember
That's
there was like a creepypasta story that was really popular a long time ago about like hearing a tone and like turning it like going crazy, and like all of a sudden you have to like run on your hands and feet like a crab. And now I'm just picturing that like whoever was in here was just like on all fours, like just like dancing with their hands on the floor.
Well, that's always reminds me of like The Exorcist, you know, like the
yeah.
kids especially, like going on like all fours. Like it's always creepy.
It's always
It's always
settling.
CJ, what's your passive perception?
my passive perception is a 16.
Whoa.
You notice that there's actually a pattern to the hands.
Oh.
If you move some of the furniture in here, some of the chairs, the coffee table, you might be able to make out a better look. Do you want to do that?
I will begin doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll do that. You hear furniture being rearranged in the other room. Everyone. For the rest of you, you're entering into what appears to be a bedroom. This bedroom holds a bed and a writing desk for a single occupant. Most of the space is neat and orderly, but the desk is strewn with art supplies and scraps of paper bearing fragmented images. What do you do?
Attack the desk.
Do they look like the same kind of drawing that we found?
You rifle through the papers and you find repeating images of hands, lakes, and wide eyes looking up through the water. The largest of the works is a pair of eyes with handprints for pupils. They all look similar to the style of the picture you found with that Aunt Deli said was her goddaughter Kiana's.
This Kiana didn't really seem to get over this incident, did she?
Doesn't seem so.
Gotta say,
Do you think
in art school, you know, like hands are like one of the most difficult thing to draw. So she's pretty good.
She's pretty handy.
Pretty
Pretty
artistic.
handy.
Do you think she pushed that person in?
I'm not mine.
I would say she probably feels incredible guilt for not being able to save them, and has probably
Well-
worked very hard to bring them back through their
What's
guilt.
What's in
They
this
wished
bed?
to have reached out with a hand to save them, but
Oh, yeah.
were unable to.
Well, it was
do
the
so.
hands that were pulling them in.
Oh.
You want to search the bed?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Ten.
Everything seems in order. It's a bed, nothing crazy.
What's under it?
You'll find a pair of overalls though, in
Mhm.
like the wardrobe. You know, farmers type clothing.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything under the bed?
no, there's a chest in the room though.
Oh, I'll open it.
You can find jewelry. You find rings, varying quality, wedding bands, multiple wedding bands, and formal jewelry sized for both men and women. It's worth
So
about
all
10 gold pieces.
Or jewelry is worn on the hand.
Yes.
All right, I'll pocket that. 10 gold pieces.
Oh, I'm sorry.
it-
They're worth about 10 gold pieces on average each.
Oh,
There
man.
there are 13 in total.
All right,
Is
I'll
it-
pocket everything.
Is it mostly things from people's left hands?
No, it could be, you know, maybe wedding rings traditionally could be on one hand or another, but these could be anything.
No.
Does it look like it could? So it looks like these belong to multiple different people, though.
Well,
Yes.
I still were married 13 times.
I mean,
CJ, you about done moving the furniture?
Yeah. I drew like 5 different hands.
Here's what you see. The floor, once the chairs and other things are removed, reveal a muddy depiction of two children. One is reaching for the other, who is being dragged into the water by large hands. Scrapes in the muddy image form the name Cully.
Wow.
So Cully was dragged into the water by
Mhm.
some large hands, or Kiana believes it was some large hands that pulled Cully into the water. It just happened to be a freak accident at the river. Cool. Well, what's
to
going
next?
on in this room, you guys?
I don't
Bedroom.
know. Like,
I
there's
got-
some drones over here.
I got some rings, so we earth some money.
Are they drawings of hands? I
No, I
saw
got
some.
Most of them, yeah.
There
Oh
were some
yeah,
drawings of hands in the other room.
yeah. There's like rings from hands, 13 rings.
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep them.
You're not going to, share them. That's fine. That's a little.
Yeah,
bit-
I'll
It
share
is a
them
little
later.
It is a little bit disturbing that you're going to just rifle through someone's belongings and take them.
Yeah, doesn't she live here?
I want to keep them safe.
Weren't they in a drawer?
Yeah.
It seems rather I mean,
Well, why would she have 13 rings? It's evidence, isn't it?
Evidence of what?
we don't know.
Evidence of goings on.
But we don't know what those goings on are yet. We should probably continue investigating.
Well, let's continue
I
investigating.
turn around. Hey, Xanth, where Xanth? Where
Oh,
did Xanth go?
Let's go find him.
Oh, he's probably been gone for a few minutes. He does
You opening that door, Xanth?
Yeah. Yes, please. Whoa.
Ooh, someone had a good night.
You see a long, plain table, a wooden sideboard, and several chairs lie shattered on the floor. The debris is streaked with crimson stains. This dining room clearly has been ransacked, and red mud covers the furnishings and floor.
I snap up the halt motion. Then I'll go in.
Why are you putting your hand up? You know, you don't have to raise your hand if you have a question. we can just talk. We're equals here.
And I'll do a perception check.
You see a door to the west, and give me a perception check. Yeah, I'll tell you what you see.
Boom, boom, boom. Not very good.
I mean, you see a door there.
It's a door.
What's this here on the shelf? Is that a door or is that just
Sideboard.
trash?
Yeah.
Sideboard.
Yeah.
Can I rummage in the sideboard?
Yeah, it looks like there's food and other things that would furnish a dining room. It looks
food-
ransacked, like a ransacked
It's a
dining
very
room.
closed off home. Lots of small rooms with a tiny hallway.
Yep.
Since all three of them went into that room, when we can finish that room, but Gojon's gonna open the other door.
All right. This kitchen,
It's 4 ladies.
this kitchen has been torn apart. Pots and pans are scattered everywhere, and rotting food streaks the floorboards. But in the center of this room, you can see 4 farmers standing, facing each other, their crimson eyes unblinking. Each holds a sharp knife or kitchen tool, farming implement, whatever they have. It's clearly just whatever was available. But they are clutching that in their hands. They don't react when you enter. They just stand there staring at each other.
I'm just gonna
Slowly close the door.
slowly close the door. I just close it.
I was going
Oi,
to say,
I
their
found
appearance,
some quadruplets.
their appearance is definitely unnerving. Their reaction is actually, or lack of reaction, I should say, is unnerving.
Sure. Like general ages that you said they all look like they're wearing like farmer clothing similar to the 4 that we saw.
You made me on. Yes.
Sorry, it's contagious.
Yes. They look
Um,
similar to the farmers that you've faced earlier.
Oh, okay, so similar clothing.
Yeah.
And like
Go in-
eight, like
go in and
all
grab
adults, like adults.
Yeah, adults and you know, they are all. I would say there's men, women. It's not
Okay.
just like a, you know, there's no
Did-
like they're all the same. I know the tokens are all the same.
No, yeah.
But,
Do they also have the red eyes that we saw?
Yep, they all have bright red crimson eyes.
Is there another door in there?
There is, to the left.
Oh, I'm gonna go in there.
How do you do it? There are people
There's-
standing in the room.
Well, there's a door right there, right where I am. Right here. I can open this door.
Oh, that
Oh, I
one.
thought you
Oh,
were
sorry.
talking-
Yes. Mm-hmm. It leads into the kitchen.
All right, so I'm gonna go there. What happens?
Oh, shit.
Similar scene before you. These 4 farmers staring at each other.
They make no move as he enters.
Can I say Kiana?
Definitely doesn't look
Okay.
like the description of Kiana.
Kiana's
Huh.
young too, right? Kiana's
She's
like,
an adult.
Oh, she is an adult. I thought she was like a teenager. Okay.
She's probably like in her early 20s.
Oh,
So it's a big messy kitchen and 4 people with knives just staring at each other.
Yep.
And I can see that at the other door.
There's a door to the left, exactly. It looks like a pantry door.
Is it possible to
these-
like sneak around like this and go through that door?
Sure, you can avoid them if you'd like.
Yeah. Try and
wanna
avoid their
open it?
gaze and see if I can sneak through that door there.
You can
Oh, okay, great.
move yourself, and you kind of sneak your way through and avoid touching them or anything like that.
Yeah. Psst, guys.
There's a pantry, foodstuffs and supplies. Once filled this pantry, but it has also been ransacked. You can see large cupboard stands open, and a trapdoor in the pantry's floor reveals a 10-foot tall ladder descending into a darkened cold storage cellar. The stench of something rotten rises from below.
Can I light a torch and drop it down and then have a look?
You can.
You have dark vision.
it all lights on fire.
You do have dark vision, yeah.
I do have dark vision, but I'll light a torch and like maybe I won't drop it down, but I'll put it in there so I can see.
Sure. You can see there's like shelves beneath. Looks like there's foodstuffs lining the wall. It's an unfinished cellar. The ground is like a dirt floor. I'd say that's all you could see from your vantage point. If you'd like to go down, you can see more.
So I see Xanth has joined me, right?
Yes.
Xanth, I'm gonna go down and investigate.
Yes. Let me.
Oh, okay. Well, you're good in dark places. You go first.
So,
You want
Xanth-
this torch?
No. Just put it away. Put it out. Actually, get rid of it.
Okay, I'll
Put
put
it
it out.
out.
So Xanth will stealth down.
Real quick. So I know you have great dark vision, being a drow. Do we all have dark vision? CJ, does Kevin have dark vision?
No, Kevin does not have dark vision.
Okay.
Oh, Warforged don't have dark vision.
No, I don't think so.
I do.
Yeah, I thought you might. Okay. So Kevin, what are you gonna do for light?
I will light a torch.
You're gonna have this one.
Oh,
There's always
thank you.
somebody.
I'll hold it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for the torch. And then I cast Mage Hand and have Mage Hand. And then it's just some bees holding up the torch. Just really trying really hard with their
Those are
wings.
some strong bees.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
it's-
move your tokens here, so don't be alarmed.
Oddly loud. It's just like a real loud roaring buzz. Thunderous.
Thunder.
Okay. There you are.
Oh man, I feel like I didn't even have to climb down there. I feel like I just, appeared.
The cellar. You find yourself in that cellar. Everything as I described before is what you saw from the entrance up top. However, now that you're inside, you can notice a few more things. The southern wall is partially collapsed, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel. The smell that you noticed before is worse here. It clearly is issuing from the tunnel.
Is there anything to
And-
eat?
And Kevin.
Nope.
There are foodstuffs in here, but you don't know if they're really edible at this point.
okay.
But Kevin,
Yes.
you also hear the faint sound of a woman singing further down the tunnel. Give me an insight check. Does anybody else have a passive perception of 15 or higher?
Nope.
15.
Okay. So Kevin, with the insight check of 15, you also you've heard this song before. You recognize it. It's part of the Awakening song.
As a Warforged, totally not a hive of bees. Awakening is something I'm very familiar with.
Yes.
So.
This Song of Awakening, it sounds familiar, going through the historical details, the highs and lows of this this proud civilization of God's breath. Yet, as you're hearing the song, it's a little different than the one you heard at the beginning of the adventure. This part of the song where they would be talking about a great flood, the words have been replaced. Part of the song is talking about a young man named Cully. Rather than the usual content where a boy dies from drowning, the song seems to have been sloppily rewritten to feature Cully being saved.
Oh, but the original song does have a boy drowning.
It does have that of the flood and of families dying, drowning in the flood.
Wow.
And now it's talking about a boy drowning and being saved. Cully, the boy, being saved. It is being rewritten.
I better get down there.
We should probably continue down the hall and see where this music is coming from.
Move your
Please.
tokens.
You want to?
Right, Xanth is gonna go.
You have another question?
Describe what you just said. I didn't actually see your face. I can't.
Oh, he did a bunch of hand gestures, basically counting on them to have no idea what he's doing.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna roll an insight with disadvantage.
He's trying to use Steve's cant to all of them.
Oh,
I got a
okay,
4.
gotcha.
I'm pulling out
Nice.
my hand axes at this juncture.
So Xanth, confident that he got the message across that he's going forward, is going to start to go forward.
Go on then,
That was
Sam.
what I was asking you. I said, do you want to go for? All right. I'll follow him.
And here's Xanth's stealth check.
Oh yeah. Do we all need to roll
Are
stealth?
we all trying to stealth?
I would say we should do a group stealth check.
All right.
Well, Xanth was trying the stealth, expecting y'all not to
Oh
follow.
damn. Actually,
Wow.
good stealth.
Good thing.
9.
Oh no.
9.
No.
Maneuver yourselves. You think you're real smooth.
Clonk, clonk.
Are you also wearing heavy armor? CJ?
I have disadvantage. I don't know why I have disadvantage on stealth checks, but I have the thing that says I have
Uh-oh.
disadvantage on stealth checks.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you're wearing medium armor.
I am
He
probably.
just walks into you. Come on, you got it. Any warning?
Xanth makes a mental note to punish everybody in the party for not understanding his hand signals.
All right, everybody. You
I like the,
think you're
I like
stealthy.
the Rosie the Riveter thing going
Yeah.
on.
I agree. You think that you're you're acting stealthily and quiet and headed through this cavern here.
Wearing
But
medium armor.
it didn't really matter because as soon as you get to the opening and you peer over the cavern wall, around the cavern wall, you can see the source of the singing. The tunnel opens into a lantern-lit, packed dirt chamber where the cause of the stench and the sound becomes apparent. Dozens of bodies lie strewn across the floor, all wearing the clothes of farmers. Many of their limbs have been cleanly removed and set into a sizable pile on the far side of the cavern. In the center of the room, a young woman is singing. She does appear as though she doesn't really recognize you, even though she's kind of looking in your direction. She seems to have that vague, absent stare like the farmers did. Her eyes are not red. And she's holding a knife loosely. I should have added that. That's in the picture.
When you say, this isn't something Gudron would really think about, but as a player, is she building a Frankenstein's monster?
Who knows?
Like, does it look like she's like assembling body parts together as well?
Is she doing something weird with her hands?
Yeah,
Weird.
she
Is
is.
she
She's
doing weird
holding
hand
that-
stuff?
She's doing some weird hand stuff. She's got her in one hand clutching a knife loosely, and the other is kind of moving around. She's really feeling the music as she's singing this awakening song that's been rewritten. And she sees you come in, and again, kind of a vague stare, but she, in her sing-songy voice, will say, "You shouldn't be here. You should leave now."
He like leans over, like almost entirely over Xanth.
You think she's talking to us?
I think she's talking to us.
Actually, you should stay. And you should meet Cully. Isn't that
You
right?
should really make up your mind.
My best friend, Cully. 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 And she like takes the knife and she puts it right to her neck.
Whoa! Let's
Cully.
not be hasty here.
Cully, Cully, come back, Cully. Meet our new friends, Cully. Come.
Is anything in the room reacting? Oh, also,
No, there's just body parts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gudron is gonna like slowly like nudge Xanth forward.
Try and
All right,
move
come
our
on,
way.
come on, we gotta go,
Let's
go.
all, yes, let's all move in. Let's now. Nobody do anything again. Don't do anything hasty now.
All right. Yeah. Let's just talk about this. Are you Keanu?
That's right, I'm Kiana. Yep.
We talked to your auntie. Do you
Aunt Deli?
Deli? Yeah, that was the one.
Her
Finley, where
eyes.
you going?
Her eyes like fill with tears. You can see she's welling up. Aunt Deli sent you here?
Yeah, she
Why?
was
Why?
she was worried about you.
Worried? About me? Why would she have to be worried about me?
Well,
Why would she be worried? And she
There
takes the
was
knife
an
and points it
incident.
to you.
We found your drawing amongst a person at the fair. We were worried that they took it from you, that you were hurt by this person, and they took your painting, your drawing.
No.
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I won't do that.
You wouldn't do what?
What are you saying you wouldn't do?
Her mood changes again drastically. Cully's here. He's back. Can you believe it? I thought I lost him all those years in Cradle Lace Lake. It's so good to hear his voice again. Don't you
Yes.
agree?
Where's Coley?
It's
Cully?
very nice.
Oh, Cully's here, but yeah, he's sleeping. You gotta be quiet. He's after having being fed, he went away for a little bit, but he'll be back.
Or you say fed?
Yeah.
What does he eat?
Yeah. She laughs and she's like, "You, what quite a question is that?"
Can I?
I'm
What?
gonna.
What does he eat?
Now, if you excuse me, my song helps keep him quiet. He's tired. Do you mind if I keep singing?
I'm gonna try to take the knife out of her hand, since I have 5 foot or I have 10 foot reach, even unarmed. I'm gonna try to take the knife out of her hand.
Yeah, you reach for the knife, and I mean, obviously, she's gonna back away and try to hold it close. You want to do an athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay. See if you could wrestle it.
19.
Yeah, you're gonna beat her for sure. She wasn't prepared. She was talking about Cully, and she was distracted. You snatched a knife from her. Hey, give that back to me.
No, I think I'll keep this.
And he'll tuck it into the little bandolier that he has with the doll. He'll
She,
actually
like,
kind of like tuck it into the doll's bandolier, so it looks
Sure.
like the doll has its own weapon.
A Rambo knife. She
Yeah.
like
Like a sword.
smacks herself in the face. She's like,
All right.
no.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go and grapple her. Just kind of hold her arms. Just hold her arms at her side so that she can't keep hitting herself.
She's like, oh, you're like the farmers. Like the farmers. They came in. They came in here. They didn't listen to Cully either.
Can you show us, Cully, please?
That doesn't sound like a very good idea.
Leave me alone.
It sounds
Hands
like a
off
great
of me.
idea.
Get your hands off of me right now.
I'm sorry. You keep hitting yourself. I wouldn't be holding on to you if you wouldn't hit yourself. I'm gonna pull her back this way a bit.
Can you please tell us where Cully is?
She says, Cully drowned a long time ago. And then immediately cheerful, she says, but then I saved him. I saved Cully. I did it. I did it. He went away for a while, but he came back.
That's great. Where is he?
All right. Well, it's at this point
I'm pulling her back while she's having this conversation.
Well, stay where you are. You could stay, maybe start to pull her away, but as soon as you do, pull her a step or two away. Let me just get the artwork here.
Eldritch horror that she has produced.
Yes, you saw that there was a large pile of body parts in the eastern corner of the cavern. Let me just bring up the artwork here because this is too cool.
It's gonna like slither out of one of these holes.
Just
Yeah, it's gonna be like a giant like ooze.
The heap of body parts, this pile of limbs, begins to move. It starts by kind of standing itself upright, using the longest limbs, the longest arms and hands as sort of like feet, but it moves almost in a ball-like fashion, kind of rotating itself, allowing each hand turn after turn to move and allow it to gain speed. It starts to manipulate itself and move its body parts to form this sort of hive mind, all the arms moving at once. This is what you see.
Oh. No, thank you.
You see this creature
you.
rise from the ground that it was laying on,
Oh, God,
and
that's
she
so
looks
fucking
to it and she goes, Cully,
Nope.
save me now, Cully. Let's
No.
go into combat.
No,
No.
Miss Cully, leave her the fuck alone.
I'm good. No,
Roll initiative.
we're not.
Wow, lots of 14s.
Hey,
Got 14.
got a 14.
Got a 14.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I think you go for. You have the higher.
You got
initiative.
+3, right? So
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
call
where
out
are we
your
gonna go?
order here. Just let me know what you've got.
Kevin goes first.
Gadron
then
and Dentley have the
Sana.
same.
You guys just pick who wants to go first.
oh,
I kind of want to go first in case the thing is going, because I want to get it away from her.
So
her
Kevin,
away from me.
Godron, and then
Then-
Dentley.
Yep.
And then Chris, you're
Yep.
Man, Xanth can't get a break this adventure.
Can't get a break.
All
Embarrassing.
right. Oh boy. Kevin, what was your total? A 14?
Yeah.
Okay. And all right. So here we go. So Kiana and the creature have been entered into the initiative here. We're going to go with the creature first. It got an 18. It's going before you all. Let me get some good music here. We need some good music here. Let's do this one. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. All right. Let's see who's closest to this creature. Would that be? Oh, it's
Where is it?
it's not on the screen yet. Whoops.
I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. Hold on. It's on the eastern corner here. There we go.
Oh, it's
Ooh,
big.
it's one of it's.
Look how the hands like reach out of the token.
Oh,
God.
that's creepy.
All right. Let's do this. Let's go to the creature. It's going to move. It's gonna like I said, roll out. It's got like a tumbling hands here. Xanth, you're closest, so it's gonna go to
I
you.
don't remember that Autobot.
Xanth, what's your armor class?
15.
You're lucky. It does not hit you. It reaches out with all of its hands, and you narrowly escape its grasp. But it's targeting you. We go to Kevin.
All right, Kevin. As a bonus action, he's going to cast Searing Smite. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Sorry, I shouldn't have clicked that. But he casts Searing Smite as a bonus action. He's going to move in closer to the creature, and he's going to attack with his short swords. One short sword. Swing. Swing.
Yeah, go for it.
An 11.
Oh, that's not gonna. No, not good.
Okay. And yeah, I can't really do much else.
Okay. So you run up, slash at it, but the hands get the best of you.
My sword is now glowing though.
Oh, it is. Okay, right. The smite on it. Yeah.
The Searing Smite is still active.
Godron is up.
All right, I'm gonna pull her back more. To pull. I'm gonna position her against the wall over here, or I guess not against the wall, but I'm gonna turn so that she is on the wall side.
Mhm.
And then I am going to just kind of, I'm really sorry about this, and I'm just gonna push her forward. I'm gonna bonus action frenzy rage. Not push her. I'm gonna push her towards the wall.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna bonus action frenzy rage, and I'm going to use the blunt end of my glaive to try to knock her out.
Okay.
And because she hasn't gone yet in combat, I get an extra 2d6 if this hits.
Mhm.
I'm gonna obviously reckless attack because I don't know. Oh.
Oof.
That's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dice.
Oh,
To knock somebody out.
Oh, I really hope I don't go past her max. All right, well, here we go. All right, so that's 14 plus another 2 for the rage.
So, crew, she would be killed outright. How does this work if it's non-lethal damage? You're trying to do non-lethal. Is it just it gets
Okay,
0 and
falls
it's done? I don't know that this has ever happened before. I'm sure it's happened somewhere, but I don't remember have this happening in a game of ours.
I can have a look.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. You doubled her health, but you were doing non-lethal damage. So does she just go to 0 and go unconscious and stable?
Yeah, I mean, he's literally just trying to knock her out.
I know, but in the heat of battle and
Yeah.
you're like, whoops.
I mean, I'll leave it to you. I frenzy raged, I reckless attacked, I got surprise attack, man.
When an attacker reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack, the attacker can knock the creature out. The attacker can make this choice. The instant the damage is dealt, the creature falls unconscious and is stable.
There you
There
go.
you go. So
That's
it's
the
not about
rule.
the
I mean,
damage you do. It's just straight up if you
Okay.
intended
Once
it
it
to be
hits zero.
non-lethal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just like see that like I definitely broke her jaw. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm gonna go over to this thing and just yell, just like come on, and start like smacking away at the hands.
High fiving. Just giving it
Yeah.
all the high fives. High fives for everybody.
I don't even have to get that close. I could have just stayed there. I have a 15-foot reach. That's
Fair
my
enough.
turn, though.
Fair enough. All right. We go to Dentley, and Xanth is on deck.
So what happened to Kiana? Did she die or is she knocked out?
She's unconscious, just knocked out.
Okay, so I'm going to charge in, and I'm going to attack the creature with a hand axe. 22. I
That'll
guess that
hit.
hits. Let me see. Shall I do a special maneuver on it? I'll try and menace it at the same time as well. So that'll be...
You could always try to disarm it.
Yeah. I try and make it frightened of me so it doesn't attack me. That'll be a 12 slashing damage. And if it can be frightened, it'll take a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha. It cannot be frightened, it seems.
Okay. And now
Okay.
I'm going to bonus attack.
Sure.
That's really quite alarming.
I get a
That was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, it was really.
I get a 14 on a bonus attack.
14. That will hit.
All arming.
And that does 6 slashing damage.
All right. Got it. Anything else
that's
from
a
Dentley?
No, I think that's a total of 12, 18 with the 2 attacks.
That's what I've got down. Yep.
Great. That's
Okay.
it, yeah.
Dentley hacks into it. We go to Xanth and then back to the top.
Xanth is going to use his cunning action to disengage.
'Kay.
And come over to here. And then cast Dancing or Fairy Fire. It's a 20. I don't want to catch the rest of my party in it. There we go. Look at that. So cast Fairy Fire in the corner over here so that it catches this thing.
It's outlined in blue, green, or violet light. Your choice.
Purple.
Purple?
For sure.
It
Yeah.
fails a dexterity throw. It fails a dexterity throw for duration. Objects and affected creatures in dim light shed a dim light and 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against affected creature has advantage. Yada yada yada. Okay, good. So I take a dexterity saving throw.
Take your dex roll, and that will make it shed light. And then, in addition, any attack roll.
A 13. What's your DC? Is it?
It's
It's probably a little less, right? Because you're not a spellcaster.
dexterity save 11.
Yeah, so it passes. So let's see here.
Any attack roll against the creature if the attacker can see it.
Yeah, so each
But it
object is
passed.
outlined in blue, and each area spell is also outlined
It
in.
passed, so
Yeah, I don't
it's
think
just
there's any-
glowing stuff in the corner.
Yeah,
Rocks and shit. They're glowing.
yeah. So okay, so it passed. It's shimmery, but not going to give you the benefit of the fairy fire for right now. We go to
Right back.
the top. This creature goes next. Let's see here. Dentley, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
It's gonna try and frighten you.
17.
Ooh, nice. You hear a voice in your head that told you to attack, and the emotion that it provoked was your friend Godron. So it wanted you to attack Godron, but you shook that idea right out of your head.
That's a crazy idea.
All my acquaintances, really.
Oh, I do want that dolly.
All right, and then that's its turn. It's gonna move though. It's gonna actually. It doesn't really want to move too much right at this moment because it's got 3 of you up against it. So it's gonna stay here. You go, Kevin, and then Godron is up on deck.
All right, I'm going to draw my second short sword during this turn, and then I'm going to attack with my first short sword. 12.
It does not hit.
Okay, I'm gonna swing with my second short sword.
Bonus action.
Yeah, gonna also miss.
Wow. Kevin.
All right, Kevin cannot get through with his attacks.
All right. We jump down to Godron and Dentley on deck.
I'm gonna, seeing that it just wanting to keep it away from Keanu and knowing that this thing is probably going to be difficult to manage. I'm going to try to, for my attack, or for my action, I guess, I'm going to try to shove it. So I'm going to do, I'm going to try to shove it back towards this corner. So that's an athletics check. Another natural 20.
What's your total?
26.
Okay. Push it.
Is shove 5 feet or 10 feet?
Good question.
Is it
5
10?
feet, I believe.
It's 10. I hope it's 10. I want it to be 10.
We can move it 10, and if it's wrong, we'll back it up.
If you'll let me move it 10, I will definitely try to move it 10. Yeah, so I'm going to shove it as far back as I can. Just like, I imagine, because it's a natural 20, just like grabs, like kind of wraps one of the arms, like his arms into the other arms, and just like lifts it and just like pile drives it into the ground.
Yeah.
And like throws it back and come on, and then just takes a bonus action attack because he's in frenzied rage. So I'm gonna reckless attack it.
Do you have another attack or?
Yeah, because I frenzy rage, so I have a bonus action attack.
Okay.
So
the bonus action's the attack you're doing right now, right?
Yeah. That's
Gotcha.
So. This is my attack for the bonus action. That was my action to shove it.
Yep. Go for it.
So that is a 25. Wow.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Wow. Okay, so that is rolled terrible on the damage. So that's 7 damage to it.
Gotcha. All right. Gotta hand it to you. That was a great turn. All right. You strong arm this pile of arms into the corner, and now it's gonna be upset with you. Gonna direct attention to you. Dentley and Xanth.
Dentley first.
Dentley, yeah.
Oh, Dentley's going to run up here. And he's going to just smash it with a hand axe. So
Am I crazy?
first
Is that not a wall? I don't know if you could stay there.
Oh, is there not space for me there?
It
So
does
can I-
look. I'd say if you want to go here, you can't stay here at the end of your turn.
Would that mean that since there's not enough room, would I be able to stop an opportunity attack from happening?
No.
So am I going to get op attack?
'Cause
if I
he can
go there and
attack.
move away?
Yeah, if you can attack, it can attack you.
Oh, okay. What about if I go down here? Oh, I can't fit there either.
Right.
I'll
it's just it's a spot where you'd have to squeeze, which means that you
Alright.
couldn't remain there at the end of your turn.
Well, I'll just lob a hand axe at it and I get a 9.
Okay, it's not gonna hit. Yeah.
Alright, that's about all I can do then. I don't want to get an op attack.
Okay. Xanth is up.
Damn. Can't really get in there, right? So he's just gonna stay put for now and pull out his hand crossbow with his 1 bolt of poison and shoot it. He can only afford 1 poison bolt.
Low levels, right?
So he rolls an 11.
Oh my goodness, you guys cannot hit it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I think the attack rolls were 9, 11. Obviously, Randall, you had the big number, 25. Kevin was 10, 12. Like, just horrible rolls here. but it's the creature's turn. Unless you have a bonus action there, Xanth. You want to do anything else?
A hide.
Where would you like to hide?
Cunning action.
Yeah, where?
Kind of in the shadows over here against the wall.
Move your token to where you want to go.
I mean, there. Ooh, over here there's probably some shadow I can hide in.
There's plenty of shadow. Yes, plenty of shadow. You can make a stealth check. See if.
Over there.
Mhm.
Where's my cursor? Boom. Stealth.
Okay. You think you're pretty well hidden.
Nice.
All right, the creature's gonna go next. Randall, you're right in front of it.
Yeah, I am.
I believe it's gonna hit you with a 21.
Yeah.
You take 16 bludgeoning damage as the hands all start to wrap around you, and you are now grappled.
You beat me to it.
The creature is gonna move with you.
Can I make an opposed strength to try to stop it from moving?
I don't believe you can, right? With
Not if you're grappled.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only asked because I count as a size higher than I thought.
It's
if you're
large.
grappled, then both people.
No, if you're grappled, your speed is 0. If
Yeah.
you grappled, its speed would be 0.
Yeah.
But only one of you has the grappled condition, which is you
Right.
right now.
So it moves you out a bit, and then it is going to consume your vitality. Give me a
Whoa.
Constitution saving throw.
You'll be fine.
This wouldn't be a charm effect, would it?
No.
Doesn't sound very charming, I have to say. 19. Look at that.
Nice. Yeah,
I
you
wanna
can
see what
sense. You can sense the creature sucking out your life force as it continues to grapple, and more hands start to grasp onto you, and it's like starting to siphon out the life through its hands. But you were able to withstand it. So you're holding strong here. Let's see. Let's go to Kevin.
Alright.
Godran is on deck.
Swing in with my short sword, please be a crit.
Don't you have some sort of like bee attack?
17.
That'll hit.
Okay. So now that I hit,
Oh, here it goes.
this is where everything goes off. So we get the short sword damage, which is 8 piercing damage. The searing smite goes off, which is an additional 1 fire damage.
Okay.
But on its turn, it's going to take another 6 damage because of the searing smite. It takes. And then I use. Let's see, actions. Favored foe. When you hit a creature with an attack, it takes an additional D4 of damage, which is another 1. Damn it. And then gathered swarms. Each of your turns, you can cause the swarm to assist on an attack in one of the ways. And I don't know, this thing's probably pretty strong. It's going to take an additional D6 piercing from the swarm for another 4.
Okay, so you did
So
1 for favorite
8
foe, 4 from the swarm.
8 from the sword, 1 from the. Oh no, it's got to make a con save. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Before the swarm
for the
damage?
smite. For the smite.
Oh, for the smite.
Yeah, let me just see what happens with the smite.
24.
Okay, so it saves on the con.
So right now I have 8
at this turn.
weapon damage.
Yeah, so you have 8 weapon damage. I think you still take the 1 fire damage. The saving throw prevents the next 6 damage.
Okay.
Then you take 1 from favored foe and 4 from gathered swarm. So
Okay. I
5
gotcha.
plus 9, so 14.
I gotcha. 14. Yep.
That was a lot of work for 14 damage.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
work for rolling ones.
Yeah.
4 different sources of damage.
All right. Kevin, anything else from you?
I have a bonus action, which is going to be. I'll swing with my other.
Sure.
My other hand. That's gonna miss.
That's the Kevin I know.
That's the Kevin I.
Dentley is up, and then Godron is up, and then Dentley is on deck.
Okay, so I am going to. I'm gonna try to make a shove attack to break the grapple, because if I push it out of range to grapple me, then it can't grapple me.
Mhm.
And even if it pushes me with it, then it's still what I want to do. Oh, actually, sorry. I don't want to make a shove attack to push it. I want to make a shove attack to knock it prone. Not to push it. I wanted to push it and then knock it prone, but I'm gonna knock it prone with I'm gonna make a shove attack with my bonus action.
Can you do it on a bonus action?
Well, I can make a weapon attack as a bonus action, and you can replace a weapon attack with a shove attack. I'd leave it up to you. If I can, I can. Then
The rule
it's up
is, I believe, if you take the attack action, you can use one of your attacks to replace it. I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Using the attack action, you can make a special attack.
Yes, that's what it is.
If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack, okay.
You replace
so it
one of
still
them.
specifies that it has to be with the attack action.
Yeah, that's why last turn I was asking if this next bonus attack was, if the attack was the attack from the action or the bonus attack.
Gotcha. So
You're still going to be grappled as well, even if you shove it.
No, apparently if you
my plan was
shove-
to knock it prone and then grapple it, so that it can't get up. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to action grapple it, and then I'm
Okay.
going to bonus action attack it.
All right, give me an athletics check.
First, athletics, advantage, 25.
Pretty good. You beat it.
All right, so it is also grappled. We're just getting handsy up in here.
It unfortunately cannot be grappled. So you try to get the upper hand on it, and you just can't figure out where to place. And you're grabbing something, but then that other arm grabs you, and it's just not possible to grapple this creature.
So elbows over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bonus action attack it then, I guess.
Guys, I'm getting a little scared.
Why can't I? Hold on. Reckless. There we go. 24. 13.
That'll hit.
13.
And
Sorry, 24 to
13
hit.
damage.
13 damage. Damn. Can't
Okay.
be grappled.
Cannot be grappled. It is immune to that condition. All right.
Alright.
We go to Xanth. No, sorry, Dentley. Xanth on deck.
Well, Zentley's just going to hack the heck out of it with his hand axe.
Go for
Trying
it.
to chop the arms off and free Godron from his grapple. So he gets an 11 to hit.
Not gonna hit.
Bonus action attack.
This
10.
is gonna be bad.
He's going to use action surge and attack again. Oh, he crits
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
it. Okay,
Nice.
so on that crit, yeah, let's see what I do with that. So 8 plus 2, and then I get another d6 and another d6 because I'm a half orc. So that's 16 damage on that.
Very nice, Andrew.
Yeah. That's my action surge.
Xanth is up.
Xanth will use his cunning action to run around this way. And he's going to attack.
Okay. You sense that the creature knew that you were there. You can see hands like waving at you as you run past it.
Give me
We
the
saw
finger.
you.
All right, so here's so I'll get sneak attack on this one, right?
Yeah, because you're near allies, yeah.
Here's the first one. I'm gonna hit with both weapons. So here's the first attack. Ooh, 24.
It's
That'll hit.
Here comes. This should be the sneak attack for 11. And then here's the offhand one. Wow. And then I'm just gonna roll over here because for some reason I always roll sneak attacks. So this one is a D6. And does that offhand one get the strength bonus?
No.
No.
Nope.
There you go, 2.
So a total of 13 on this turn.
Yep.
Chris, how do you kill this hand monster?
So in an Edward Scissorhands kind of flurry of short swords swinging, he lops off a whole bunch of arms and hands, and finishes with a pirouette like a Avenger style leaping, landing stance with the short sword going right through its body from
Nice.
like, backwards.
Yeah, so you lop off limb after limb, and this creature just ends up becoming like a pile. It starts to break apart, and all the limbs start to, disjoint from each other, and it lays on the floor, and the flesh starts to melt away. However, give me a D4, Chris.
Uh-oh. A 1.
Is that a 1? Five.
5 out of 1.
Claws.
What the fuck?
Sorry, 6
Ah,
claws.
Keep complaining. Make it 7.
Yeah, I'll make it 7. Sprawl
I'm just
out.
curious what the other numbers. How many other numbers have they gotten?
Sprawl out from this creature, and you're hit with like body parts. So that's there we go. So there are limbs, and they're starting to act independently. Xanth, your turn is done.
Yes.
Okay, now the creatures are gonna go. We got one on Xanth, one
This
on
is very
Kevin.
disarming.
Kevin, you're gonna get hit. You take 4 bludgeoning damage, or slashing. Actually, I'm gonna go with slashing because they're like scraping into you. What's your AC, Kevin? CJ, you there?
CJ?
Oh, sorry. What?
What is your AC?
Sorry.
I
My
said
AC is
18,
17.
but
17.
okay,
17.
got an 18. So the second one's gonna miss you. And then we've got one on you, Randall.
AC's 15.
A 19, so you're gonna hit with 3 slashing
Reduced to 1.
and 2 on Dentley. 19 and 8. So the 19 is gonna do 2 slashing to you.
2. Got it.
All right, top of the order here, Kevin.
I will attack the. How much damage did I take from that attack? I missed that.
3, I believe.
And
Nope,
I'm going
4.
to
4.
Oh,
4.
4. Oh, and then the thing I attacked is dead. All right, the thing I had favored foe on is dead, so I don't need to roll concentration for that. And I will again. These things are weak, but I'll do it anyway. I will. You know what? This is gonna. How's everyone doing on health?
I don't think anyone's really lost anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back. They can up attack if they want.
It's gonna be like 3 avatars.
Yeah. Takes the reaction.
17 hits.
Yep.
3
Okay.
damage.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. I take a couple steps back. I drop my swords, pull out my longbow, cast Hail of Thorns, and fire at the middle one, the one like in the middle of all of
Mhm.
them,
Go for it.
with the longbow.
I really thought you were asking how we're doing on health in case you needed to heal us. You were asking how we're doing on health because you're gonna shoot us.
Yes. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So what happens to the arrow?
It's only when I hit a creature.
Okay, so
Oh,
it
I
just
thought
lands in the
I thought
earth.
it still did the damage.
No, the next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So the arrow
Kevin's
just kind
done. I'm just gonna let you know, all these hands are starting to move. They start to move towards these cracks. If you'd like to take an action or a reaction to hit them or something, you can. They're gonna move though.
Yes.
I want to hit him.
Definitely will, yeah.
Man,
I got a 13,
That'll hit. 23 will hit.
so I do 5 damage.
I do 13 damage. I was going for the middle one.
Okay. Chris, and 8's not gonna hit. So 3 creatures are hit. Sorry, 2 creatures are hit. Dentley, you hit one.
Yeah.
And so these ones crawl away into these cracks. They are gone.
Kevin shouts, upstairs, quickly, the 2 that we left outside the house. We don't know where those cracks go.
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna run and grab. Or I guess are we staying in initiative?
No, we're out of initiative.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up Keanu and kind of drape her over my shoulder. Keanu. I'm gonna pick up Keanu and put her over my shoulder.
Sure.
And carry her out.
I'm going to just switch us over. We don't need the roll 20 for this, so I'm going to switch over to our bigger faces. You get Kiana up to the farmhouse, and you can see at the door frame, rushing in, is the Proclaimer, Tungsten, and behind him, Lady Dre. He comes in with his quarterstaff, and he says, "You're right. I heard shouts."
Oh, you didn't.
I did.
In the
We're in a
basement.
basement.
There was a monster made from body parts. We killed it.
Do you have evidence of this that I could document?
You can go and have a look.
I will.
We have
The basement,
Kiana.
you said.
Probably gonna. Well, there's also 4 people in there that are just standing around. They got
Oh,
the
yeah.
eyes.
Let's go see what's happening with them.
Yeah,
Well, didn't we have to pass them to get out?
You did, yeah.
They were still there, right?
Right.
and they still look like that.
They so they actually don't. Their red eyes are gone, but they are
Oh.
lying on the floor. They look like they are unconscious, sleeping. You could do like a medicine check, but it looks like they're just like they were stabilized on the floor.
What
I'll
about-
pick up one of them as well and help and start carrying them out.
What about Kiana?
Kiana's also unconscious because Randall dislocated her jaw.
It's all right. She'll have a little bit of a lisp for a few weeks, but she'll be fine.
So you take the Proclaimer goes down and will take what parts remain of the hand creature. Kiana will come to after an hour or so, and same with the farmers. I'm sure you have plenty of questions for them. Kiana, though, when she realizes what has happened and what came over her, she starts to talk, and she says that's strange creature, the hands. It's all I saw for weeks. And then I don't exactly remember what happened, but I heard a voice calling to me. And Andrew, you also heard a voice calling to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was unrecognizable to you, but she says it was Cully. I remember it. I thought that maybe the gods were giving me a second chance, a chance to make amends. Now I realize whatever that thing wasn't Cully. I'm sorry, I don't even know exactly what I've done. Did I hurt anyone?
Honestly, not really sure. We found you around a bunch of dead
It
people.
seems you may have hurt
Bill.
some people.
Only maybe a dozen or so. You may have,
Well, it could have been the monster. I mean,
you may have chopped them up.
She looks
You
deeply
were-
troubled.
You were under the influence of a horrid creature. It is not you that did these things.
yeah, it's the creature.
Well, it is your
Was-
inherent weakness. You couldn't save your friend. No, you've done horrible things.
What
Under
the fuck,
influence of a
God!
Yeah.
My God.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
He's got a
Oh my God.
what's the infirmary complex.
Oh my god. The bedside manner, Andrew. You gotta work on that one.
Yeah.
I feel, I don't know. This person they've caused a lot of wrong.
The farmers. The farmers only remember snippets from the last few days, and the last thing they recall clearly is preparing to return to Promise for the Awakening Festival. They also share that Kiana was behaving strangely, growing increasingly convinced that her friend, Cully, who they came to realize was dead, was talking to her. They also said that they can... yes, they also said that they were convinced by Kiana to come and check into her house that Cully wasn't there, and they were tricked, and ultimately the creature took hold of them too when they came in proximity. The farmers that were persuaded to go down into the basement were dismembered, and they don't remember that because they were under the spell at that point. But yeah, so the farmers all remember Kiana asking for help and luring them down into the farmhouse, and some of them were used as messengers or used as servants. Others were used to create Cully.
How was Collie created?
That is something that both Kiana and the farmers do not recall. They were already under the spell by then, but your insight would probably tell you Kiana helped dismember them.
Well, if the monster was a bunch of arms from the people that were dismembered, what was the monster that made you dismember it?
Was it those hands?
Yeah, was it just?
That's all
hands
she
or-
remembers is hands, but it's hard to explain. She will tell you, though, that she was certain it was Cully. It was so vivid. And she tells you the story of how Cradle Lace Lake really changed her life. When she went there as a kid, the story was that Cradle Lace Lake was a large, basically, it was farmstead. And the floods came, a sinkhole opened, and Cradle Lace Lake was created. But the farmers that lived there all died, being sucked into the earth and mud and water. And the reports say that what people saw when they went to find the survivors were that all they were just hands reaching out of the mud, trying to escape. Ultimately, as kids, they went there, tried to see if there were any remains.
Yeah.
Cully fell in and drowned. Never came back out.
And the hands pulled him under.
The hands brought him under. And she spent her whole life trying to get rid of that memory, but it's come back over and over again, and now it returned to cause such a tragedy here. Many farmers lost their lives. The Proclaimer will say that he can help the farmers here get back on their feet, but Lady Dre, take Kiana back to Promise with this group. Will you take them back?
Yeah,
Can
I
I
think
roll an insight on tongue hole?
Sure. Just call out what you get.
Oh, actually, wait. I have disadvantage on this because I'm exhausted. 10.
10. I mean, he's always been barking orders. This seems to be in his wheelhouse, what he's been normally done. So, you don't have the use of the wagon. However, you can start heading back on foot. It will take a little bit longer, but the next day you return back to Promise, and Aunt Deli is overjoyed that Kiana is safe, but tearful that she has been in this dark and desperate place. She thanks you, and she is going to reward you. All of the farmers and Aunt Deli, they are going to give you a payment. They're going to award you with, they're going to award you with free passage anywhere within God's breath, whether it be by boat or by wagon. They will pay for it.
Can I show Kelly and Deli, Kiana and Deli, those rings that I took? See if they know where the rings came from.
They recognize them as many rings of the farmers that lived in her pact, and most likely she dismembered them and kept them in her trunk.
Oh.
It is very possible that when the Proclaimer comes back, that Kiana will have to pay for her crimes.
I'll give the rings to Aunt Deli and say to give to the relatives, if there are any relatives left.
She will do that. And at this point, you can head out to wherever you'd like, whether it's here in God's Breath, back to the Radiant Citadel, or off on another adventure. But that is where the story concludes. This adventure was called Written in Blood, a third-level adventure from the Radiant Citadel, Journeys to the Radiant Citadel. You did it, everybody. You defeated the hand monster and saved Kiana, although she's going to have to deal with all of this.
She should
In therapy.
probably be
Yeah.
in some kind of trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, and like I said, the Proclaimer is probably going to be the one to exact that justice, or make the decision at least based on his findings. He's kind of like they're kind of like inquisitors, detectives, is what I gathered. But anyway, yeah.
Don't
So-
forget that Kiana is going to be dealing with a slight slur from the drubbing on her head she received.
That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I feel a bit bad about that.
Yeah, but you know what? You had to
I-
put her down because she would have just caused a ruckus in the initiative order.
Honestly, I thought that she was gonna try to kill herself with the hand monster.
Oh, that too. You never know.
I thought she was just gonna like feed herself to the arm monster.
She would have just attacked us.
I mean, she had no knife. She's gonna do 1 damage. I'm resistant to bludgeoning. It's
Kill an entire village of people. Probably.
Probably.
she had a knife.
Probably. So this was the level 3 adventure in the Journeys to the Radiant Citadel. I do plan on running all of the 13 adventures in here. I've read through at least the like introduction of each one and got a sense of what's happening. I'm going to be going through this book, and I don't think I'm going to go through it in order, but I am going to go through it in ones that kind of call to me, ones that whisper in my ear, ones that but CJ, I think you mentioned this as well. You wanted to set polls up in Discord.
Yes.
I'm fairly certain what I'm going to do is I'm going to put polls up on the YouTube chat, because I don't know if I can do that just in Discord, but I also want to get the larger community involved with this. So I might put options up for like the next couple of Radiant Citadel adventures, and you could vote on them, see which ones that I do, because if you really want to see one, then maybe I'll do that one first if you plan on running one soon in the near future. I did want to do Salted Legacy, which is the first and second level adventure, but it's kind of like a one that has a stopping point where you level up, and so I wanted to do this one first rather than that one. But I'll post a lot of things in social media and YouTube, so we can do that. Andrew, CJ, Randall, Chris, thank you for playing in another adventure here on the channel. It was great to see all of you and get you all to play together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
This
fun.
was
having me.
fun. This was exciting. Yeah.
All right, everybody. So that's going to do it for us. Tune in tomorrow for Keep on the Borderlands, and Thursday for
Yay.
the DM's roundtable discussion, all here at 8:30 on Tabletop Bob. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the tabletop.
The
Have a great night.
bees! Ah, the bees!